Boom. We're live, peeps. We're live. We're in the tent. Come on up. Just don't show your dick. Let me see what I got my camera set on now. Edit name, edit avatar, stop cam, stop mic, stop cam. We don't want to do that. I got to relearn all this shit, man. I haven't done StreamYard in I don't know how long. Where's it got? Start cam. There we go. Start cam. Where we at? You facing towards me? You got no light? Yeah, we must be facing towards me. I can put the bright ass light on. I got the low ass light on. Let me see what I can do with this cam. Can I change it around? Settings. There we go. Settings. Facing front. Let's put facing back. What can you see there? What can you see there? Yeah, you can see my shit bucket. That's the way I want it facing. There's my shit bucket, people. Virtual background record. I gotta figure this shit out, man. This is I ain't done this StreamYard in like shit over 2 years, man. We're good. We got a little. I think we got some shit paper, coffee. We got some cigarettes. We got a little shit burger there. We're out in the tent. There's a house over there. Can you see the house? Yeah, we're sitting. There's the lady next door's window there. Hey, man, we're outside. It's hot today, man. How come one day it be so goddamn cold you're freezing your balls off, and the next day it's like 83 degrees, man? This weather here doesn't make any sense, man. It don't make any sense. It's ridiculous. Homeless camping. We in the backyard. We camping homeless, man. We're in the backyard, man. You want to see my pee cup? You gotta have a pee cup, man. You can't piss in the bucket, man. You have to have a pee cup. Look, there's a pee cup. It's got pee in it. Oh man, it's a pee cup. You gotta have a big cup of pee, and then once it gets filled up, you can throw it out the tent door, right? And then you shit. Every time you shit in that bucket, you dump the bag. You tie it up and you throw the bag away. This is a lot harder than just going live on YouTube, man. I'm glad I got them subs so I go live on YouTube now. I have to have this in desktop mode so I can see if somebody's trying to come in. It says present or invite. So let me go like this here. Video file, image, share screen, invite guest. There we go. Invite guest to the studio. We got to copy that. We got to close that window there. Then we got, where the hell's the chat at, man? Where the fuck is the chat at, man? There's no chat. There's no place to put the chat in here, man. Where's it at, man? I got the banners over here, man. Oh, here we go. I got to go way over to the right. Yeah, banners, media assets, style, comments. Let me go to comments. Now I can read what you're saying. Big Dave, great shit bucket. Oi, oi. Are we peeping again? Big Dave, did you get kicked out of the house? No, I never get kicked out, man. Yeah, I'll put a link in there for you guys if you want to come up, man. Let me see if I can do this, man. Paste. There it is. Boom. Fuck, you gotta scroll all the way down the page when you're on fucking when you're on desktop mode, but that's the only way you can tell if somebody's trying to come in, man. This is fucked up, man, when you're on a phone. But you can put it on, I remember from last time I used to, you can put it on desktop mode and you can StreamYard it from the phone. And I got my new data today, so it's not gonna go bad, man. I should have a 720 HD picture there, man. I can spin it sideways even, I think. Can you spin it sideways? Yeah, maybe that'll help. Yeah, maybe if I go sideways, yeah, that helps. Instead of doing the portrait mode, that helps. I can see more stuff that way. See, what's this plus? Add an item? No, I don't want to add an item. Dynamic camera grid, camera slot, media slot. No, I don't want to add a camera. Get off that shit. Go back. Dynamic camera grid recommended. Okay, I'll put that on it. There we go. What the fuck is that, man? I'm screwed up everywhere, man. Let me just put this back in. Stage. There we go. So I got me and another somebody that's not even there. This is weird, man. I gotta figure this out again, man. Come on, somebody come up, man. Help me with this shit, man. Settings. Let's go back to settings. Visual background audio. We got the audio settings. Audio settings. Echo cancellation. Default looks good to me. Go back. Camera. Let's see. Go back here. Camera. We got the shit bucket in my feet. Does it got my feet there? Yeah, you got my feet there in the shit bucket. Yeah, wait. Whoa. Facing back. High def 720. That looks all good. Let's go back. What else can we do? Get rid of that other shit I just put on a virtual background. Get rid of that shit. I don't want virtual background, man. What the fuck? Hotkeys, layouts. That's what I want. Layouts. I want it so I can go group layout, man. That's what we want. Group layout, man. That's what we want. Group layout. How do I get off of this fucking page? I don't want a backspace. If I backspace, I might knock myself out of the studio, man. Let me do the news layout. How's that, man? Is that gonna work? Okay, here. Show. Well, there's the backspace bar there. Group layout's good enough. Then back to the layouts. There we go. Back to the regular thing, man. General. Boom. There we go. Landscape portrait. Let's go landscape, man. Everything looks set, man. I think I should have did all this shit before I started, right? Should I have done all this shit before I started? Somebody tell me, man. What the fuck? How do I get out of this fucking page now? If I backspace, I think damn it. I think if I backspace, I'll fuck shit up, man. Let's see if I go this way here. You're gonna get dizzy for a minute, man. Let me see. You're gonna get dizzy for a minute. I gotta spin this around. Spin right round, spin it right round, spin right round, spin it right round. There you go. I could X this out. It wouldn't even show that shit until I did this here. An early stream, yeah, an early stream. But for some reason, what the fuck do I gotta do? Is cancel this shit. I want to cancel that shit. Discard unsaved change. Or discard. I don't need that extra. I'm too complicated, man. Who's coming up, man? Who wants to talk, man? I'll put the link in again, man. That I know how to do from before. Boom. Come on up. I know how to let you in now. I got a little tiny picture here. So I like the other one because it's a bigger picture. When you go desktop mode on your phone, you can barely see the fucking screen. Like I can barely see my shit bucket, man. I disappeared and went to the blue tarps. We're camping in the backyard tonight, man. Wishy, I was watching Wishy and her Her fucking data shatter name is shit signal. I told her, I said, go buy a fucking load, man. It's got one person and it's got two people here. Shift thing, shift thing. Where's the person trying to come in? I heard a beep. That usually means somebody's trying to come in. Who's trying to come in, man? Anybody trying to come in? Or is that just my phone making that noise, man? Let me see here. Go back to the solo layout, present or invite. It says slides and PDFs, video file. Oh, I can show you guys a video file. Let me go to video files. Maybe I can show some porno up here, right? Here we go. You want to see some porno? Here's my beach walk. This is my beach walk. It won't do it. It's not coming up. Oh man. Here. Yeah, there it is. There's my beach walk, folks. In the tongue. But nobody watches. That's my beach walk. It's beach walk in the tongue that nobody watches. You want me to put some porn up here? I can put porn up here too. You just go in the files and you make them play up here. Now I can take that out of there, but how do I get that out of there, man? Nobody watches it anyway, right?
This is 100 meters from my hotel. Look at how beautiful. I guess they rent these chairs out.
Add to stage. I don't want to add to stage. I want to get rid of it. Remove from the studio. There we go. That's how you take it back out. Okay, now I know how to add videos. I learned how to add videos. And I learned how to show my solar light and shit paper on the table here. That's a Lucy light I've had for like 5 years and it still works, man. They're not that bright, but it's solar powered, you know. Then, if I want the neighbors to bitch, I just go up here like this. Click that motherfucker on, and then you got brightness, man. Look at that. That's brightness, man. Look at my shit bucket, man. You can see my shit bucket real good now, man. See that little solar light, that's just like a night light, man. That's not even a real light, man. That's a piece of shit. Lucy, it works, solar light, but I just shut it off. Nope, didn't get kicked out. Let me see how I turn this camera around towards my ugly ass now. Let me see. Settings, facing backwards. Now you get to see my ugly ass now. There you go. Here's my ugly ass sitting in the tent, see? Pretty bright, huh? Okay, ups or downs? What do we think? Old fuzzy-headed motherfucker sitting in a bright-ass tent. I can dim that light. That light. Is that light too bright? What happens when I do this? Ooh, it stretches everything out. Makes it look all psychedelic and shit, man. Right? So we'll go back like this here. I might as well. You look more sophisticated than be more around some shit bucket. Look, I got some Luke coffee too, man. I went down, I bought some coffee from the Luke. I used my new PayPal card today. I wanted to see if it worked. I didn't want to put no more money in if the PayPal card didn't work, right? You could put it in a Google Wallet, but I don't trust Google Wallets. They get hacked too much. Let's see. Who looks better, me or the shit bucket? I'm thinking the shit bucket looks better, man. So I'm going to go back to the shit bucket, man. Or I can do this. I can use my avatar. I'll use my avatar. That's better, man. Then I don't have to have this bright light on with the avatar on, right? And whoever else wants to come up can come up. If you want to come on up, damn it. That way I don't have to keep this bright light on. I can put on just a night light. Oi! I fell in my chair. Oi! Hope I didn't break it. This way I can swing the fucking camera around and it doesn't matter because I got the avatar in there, right? I got good data, so it's not going to go bad on me, man. Let me see. Camera, settings, face back, close it. StreamYard's getting more complicated, man. I tell you, it used to be real fucking simple, man. It used to be real simple, but see, now if I open up the camera, I have to scroll all the way down the page to open up my camera. Right? I got to scroll all the way down. Did anybody try to come in the studio yet with that link I put out there? Somebody click on the link and go backstage to see if I can see you or not, right? Because I remember before you used to have it in desktop mode. Used to have to have it in desktop mode to see if somebody was trying to come in the studio or not, man. Big Kev, see if you can come on up. Click the link. You don't have to come on. I just want to see. I haven't used StreamYard in like fucking 3 years, man. I just want to see where your picture pops up in the backstage. You don't have to come on. Click the link, though. If you want to come on, tell me you want to come on, man. It's Kev Adventures now. Just whoever comes up, don't show your dick. Man, it took me forever to figure this shit out, man. Fuck. I'll be prepared next time. To type in the chat, I gotta put way down on the bottom. Hello, right here. It's like, hello, everybody. This sucks. I have my old ticker though. My old ticker's still there. Guests are off limits, or you get timed out. You can't jig on the. You can jig on me all you want. You just can't jig on the guests. So. I should have put test on this instead of homeless man camping in tent tonight. You know. Do you want to see the great shit bucket again? I can show you the great shit bucket, man. I should have just put here the great shit bucket. So I can stop cam, start cam, but I gotta go all the way down to the fucking. I gotta scroll like the whole page to get down there. If I open it up bigger, then you can't see if people are trying to come in or not. What's this present invite? What's present? Slides, extra camera, video file, image file, share screen, invite guest. Okay, well, I just did that. You have to copy that. That way I don't have to scroll all the way down though. But I still have to scroll all the way down just to put the fucking invite in the damn chat. There you go, there's the invite again. Somebody come up here and help me out with this shit on the phone. I think it's a hell of a lot easier streaming just using YouTube instead of this StreamYard shit. If somebody hits that link, what do we got here? Early stream, Kev, Adventures. So I go all the way back down to the bottom. It's got the timestamp on there. Okay, so when you make a comment, it's got a timestamp on there. Big Dave, come on up. I won't make you come on stage. Just come in the background. I want to see where you show up in the backstage so I know how to click to add people. There's a little arrow here. What's it doing? Oh, it's just showing more fucking layouts. Layouts, more layouts. Layouts, and more layouts. But nobody's trying to come up. They're scared. Are you scared? Are you scared to come in my tent with me? Afraid I'm going to eat you or something? Press layout button. Present or invite. Press layout button. Shift 5. I don't have a fucking shift 5. I have a fucking cell phone. So I guess if you're going to use StreamYard, you're better off doing it with a computer. I mean, I've done it before with just desktop. I've done it before with just desktop on the phone back when it was simple. It's not simple anymore, man. But it lets me add media and shit to the damn stream. It's shift 1. There you go. Made it disappear. Come on, somebody try to pop in. Oi, oi. You don't have to come up. You don't have to show your face or nothing, man. Just click that link and come backstage so I see where you pop up if somebody does want to come up. I won't add you. You can always just, I can just knock you back out, whatever, Or you can just leave out of from the backstage. Try to get some guests up here. So, because that's the only reason you'd use StreamYard is if you want to have a guest. Other than that, you just stream live on YouTube, right? But if you want guests like a panel, this would be the way to go. But man, it's complicated, huh? Well, now since nobody wants to come up, I'm just gonna go straight back to YouTube and use YouTube. Fuck this, man. How many minutes have I been doing this? I'll go 7 more minutes like this here, and then if nobody comes up, I'm just gonna go back to the YouTube stream. I got a full data plan. Everything's done. FanDuel has a terms of use update. What the fuck is that, man? Mark is red. It's knocking me off. Fucking started knocking me off the damn stream. Can I just clear all that shit? Yeah, there you go. I just cleared it all. 6 more minutes. Shit bucket stream. Then I'm gonna go back to the YouTube, just regular YouTube. It's really easy to go live YouTube. You just click go live and go live. This way here. The only reason I did this, I thought maybe somebody would come up because Wishy was closing down because she's got shit signal today. Plus, I want somebody to keep me company in my tent tonight. I got no fat bitches in here, man. Come on up, fat bitches. Come on up. Keep me company, man. Kev's Adventures. Hi. Yay. You got the pink wavy hand. Oh, boy. See, I know how to highlight these things. I can highlight stuff. That looks more sophisticated. Here we go. I'll put that. That looks more sophisticated than Ron's shit bucket. Does B More Ron have a shit bucket? Is he camping out in the tent and driving for Uber? We got fireworks and trains, man. You hear that shit? We got fireworks and trains, man. Those three dots, I remember those three dots in the upper part of the thing used to be stop mic cam. Okay, so maybe I can open the cam with that. Damn, I didn't unmute the mic, so you gotta go all the way down to the fucking bottom. You gotta scroll. You can't even see that shit when you're normally looking at the screen. No, I used to do these StreamYards a lot when I first started out. It was easy back then, man. But then you forget shit. You get old and you forget shit, man. See, I got my blue coffee sitting right there, man. I got my power bank right there in case I need it. I went and got me a 2 liter of Diet Pepsi. I got that cheesy ass Lucy solar light that's reflecting off the shit bucket. Because when I turn on that bright light, man, it gets too fucking bright, doesn't it? Ron lives, what show? I'll put it up on screen. Ron lives in a basement that doesn't have a bathroom, so he keeps a buck in the basement. You know you got to keep a bag in that shitter, Thomas, man. You got to keep a bag in there. As soon as you're shit, you got to tie that bag off and go throw it out in the dumpster, man. You can't leave. Like some of them campers, they put kitty litter in there, does shit in there 3-4 times. Fuck that, man. I ain't having that stinking ass smell around me, man. You take a shit, you tie the bag up, you go throw it out in the dumpster, man. You don't keep that shit in a tent. I was looking on Amazon today for heaters because I'm thinking about going to New Mexico. And if I go to New Mexico, like around Santa Fe right now, it's still chilly because it's up in the mountains. But they have a park pass that you get a parking place, you know, to put your tent up. If you pay, I think it's 300 for out of state people, 325 maybe. And you can go to all their state campsites, man, and set up and plug up to their electrical, and there's a shower house there and all that shit, man. So I'm thinking about heading off for New Mexico. At least there I can go across the border and get cheap cigarettes, right? They just fucking raise the cigarette prices here again, man. Fucking pissing me off, man. I'm gonna be going back to fucking Vietnam earlier than I planned. I'm spending like over $400 a month just on fucking cigarettes. I can rent a fucking 5-star hotel over there for $350. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Then I gotta have the nurse with the window looking at me in my tent here. So if I'm jacking off or something, she can watch me. There's the house there. I don't know if you can see, it's dark out. Can you see the house? It's right there. There's the back door right next to that window, like in that black area there. That's where the back door is at. I mean, I can go in the house. I just don't like to aggravate my brother. He goes to bed at 8 o'clock at fucking night, man. And I usually stay up late at night, you know. What is it, like $8? It's more, man. It's like almost 9, man. It's like they went up like 50 cents a pack this weekend, and this fucking stupid ass governor in Indiana wants to raise it another $2, man. Fuck, if he does that, I know for sure I'm just taking off. I'm getting in the fucking car and I'm driving down by the Mexico border because I can cross over the border and get cartons and just bring them back across one carton at a time. What are they going to say? Oh, you went across the border twice this week. You're bringing back a carton of cigarettes. I said, what do you think? I'm selling them? I'm smoking the motherfuckers, damn it. Fucking crazy, man. So I know how to highlight the chat. But like I said, I need somebody to click on that fucking link, man, so I can see where you pop into the studio down here, so I know how to add people, man. Oh, Lucy. Oh, Lucy, you're my nightlight for jerking off. I need a nightlight and toilet paper to wipe up the skeets, cause you gotta have a big roll of toilet paper to wipe around your hands, so when you're jerking off, you can wipe that jizz shit up, man. I like these. This is what I cook over when I'm out camping. You just dig a hole, put this big grill over the top of it, man. You cook all kinds of shit over that, man. I got a cast iron skillet, that I fucking what do they call that? Cured it. I cured it, so I cook eggs and shit in that motherfucker if I want to. The blue tarp that's on top of the tent floor. That's for like if I drop a hot ash, I don't burn a hole in the floor of the fucking tent. The fucking dog jumped on that fucking part of the tent right there. Fucking almost ripped a hole in the fucking tent, man. He knocked the screen out of the fucking stitching, so I got to put some fucking silicone or something on it to hold that shit together. Don't want no mosquitoes coming in and eating you up at night, right? I'm gonna sleep out. There's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight because of the weather change. It went from fucking 40 degrees yesterday to 83 it switched to 83 to it switched 43 degrees in one day. 43 degrees hotter in one fucking day. This weather here is nuts, man. I like the Ron comment better. I'll put that up there better. He shits in a bucket like this here. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Ronnie, dear Ronnie. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Ronnie, a hole. If you don't have a bag, it's gonna smell like some shit. If you don't have a bag, it's gonna smell like some shit. I don't believe that though, man. He goes to Thailand and he spends, 2, 3 thousand, 7,000 baht on a bitch. And he comes all the way back to Baltimore to stay in a basement and shit in a bucket, man. I got a car and I can go in the house if I want to. I just don't like to aggravate my brother, man. I told him we're tearing down this Tondo shed. I told him, I said, we're tearing it down. I don't give a fuck what you think. I said, I'm going to buy the motherfucking resin shed and pay the motherfuckers to install it because I don't want to mess with it, man. I said, but you're not bringing the property values down. Hey, come on up, Wish. Hit that link. I won't put you on if you don't want to come on, but I just want to see where you pop up. I haven't done this in like 3 years, the StreamYard. So I want to see where the people pop up behind because I'm on a phone. I'm not on a computer. So I want to see at where you pop up behind, like below the screen here. So I know where to tap on it to bring you up if I want to. You can use an avatar. You don't even have to come up. Just come backstage and then leave. I want to see where you come in backstage because I have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page just to stop my camera and put my avatar in and shit. Okay, that's where you pop up. Okay, you want to come in? Do you want to come in? Signal is shit. If you want to come in, I'll add you. I just told everybody that your stream was shit. You need to buy a load. You want me to add you? I'll add you. Here we go. Boom. There you go. Signal is shit is here. Say something. See if I can hear you.
Hello, hello. Hi, good
Okay,
evening.
I can hear you good. Diba?
Yeah, my goodness, I'm so sad. My live is just about to start. The signal is shit.
It was more than shit. You were coming on there, your mouth was froze wide open. Didn't you see me joking in the comments? I said, leave your
Oh my
mouth.
goodness.
I said,
I,
leave your
I,
I said, leave your mouth open just like that. I said, I'm almost finished.
yeah, what happened. This is the things that is really uh, I think, oh my goodness, I'm pretty upset. Sometimes, you want to stay more longer on the live stream and suddenly the electricity turned off. This is a downside in the province area.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Always no electricity. You
But
know that.
can't you buy a separate load for when that happens so that you can switch to the other load?
Uh, wait.
Like he
I'm not
said,
actually using load. I'm using Wi-Fi.
yeah, I
The,
know.
the load here doesn't work. We are very far. We
Even
are
if you
very
put
far
in,
from the cell site, actually.
even if you put in like a globe or a smart load, it won't work on the phone.
I cannot hear you. Are you talking?
Yeah,
Philip, hello.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I think the other side of the headset is broken.
I said even
Ah,
if you put like a globe or a smart SIM card in the phone, it won't work.
no.
Oh well, you're
Because we are very far. I am very far from a cell site. Yeah, did you know that? I am very far. That's why I'm using parabolic before. I was using normal Wi-Fi, but it's crazy, really. I'm still buffering, struggling to go
and
live.
you and you
So,
and you were getting super chats too. Ryan
yeah.
sent you 14 or almost 15 is
Ra- you
Australian.
don't know? You don't know that super chat is taking 45%? You
They
don't know
take.
that?
I thought they take 30.
45, and then they gonna deduct you again. You don't know that?
No,
So
I
when
thought
you get,
it used to be
for
30.
example, like last month, I have like 153, like 153 threshold. So they deduct it turns for me 135. They deduct another 15. It's almost like 15 plus 45. Yeah, more than 55%, more than
Yeah,
half of
that's
what you get from YouTube is
that,
they
that,
took it.
that's fucking crazy. That's like cigarettes. Like
Yeah,
these cost eight
yeah.
dollars. These cost $8 a pack.
So, do you think? What do you think? Do you think that $10 goes to my account? No, coming. It's for like maybe it's coming like $10. It's coming like $5 and $5 something like this, and then plus minus. You cannot earn $5.
Plus, you have to earn $100 before they'll let you take any money out, right?
Hmm?
I said, plus you have to
Yeah.
earn $100 before they'll let you take anything out, right?
You have to push it. So when you are on doing that is also the things when you are monetized, you have to push. But
Uh-huh.
you guys, don't need it, Philip. Me, I need it to pay my bills. I have a lot of bills to pay. It's really helping me.
Well,
Actually, my
I got my new PayPal card today. I put it in your
yeah,
chat. I got a PayPal card, actual debit card now. So, but
yeah.
it
Why
takes,
you didn't? Why
but
you
you know what?
didn't pay me?
Because it takes me 4 days to put money from the bank account onto the PayPal card. I told them I try to get a hold of them. You can't talk to them. You got to do the. I try to get a
So why
hold of
you
them
didn't send me? Why you
because
didn't send me in the
I only got
PayPal?
like 20. I only got $20 left in there. I'm trying to build
twenty
it up
dollars.
for. I'm trying to build it up for emergency cash. But there was a guy at the pub. He just said from debit card to PayPal, and it went like seconds. But for some reason, they won't let me use my debit card to deposit. I don't know why. It works. I can
Oh,
deposit on a gambling site with it, but they won't let me deposit on PayPal. But I have to
Wait,
deposit.
Philip, instead you gambling it, why don't you pan me for my laptop? Pan
Yeah,
me.
I just bought a new phone with you.
No, you pan me, Philip. You pan me. I still need more. I still need more. I think I need more. Like it's still far.
I bought a new phone. Okay. I got my data package starts over on the 28th, so it's the 28th here. So tent better than the house. That's right. I'm gonna put you up there. Tent better than the house. Right. Put that up on the screen.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I can sit out here and smoke. In the house. My brother, he goes to sleep. It's 10 o'clock at night here. My brother, he goes to sleep about 6, 7 o'clock at night with that stupid fucking dog. So I just stay out here when it's nice. Or I'll go to the casino and hang around at the casino all night and sleep in the daytime out here. Or I'll go to the
Mhm.
Dunkin' Donuts. I was at the pub earlier today, most of the
Uh
day.
huh.
I
Oh
stayed at
my
the
gulay. So you play? Do you
not
play in
not
the
not,
pub all day?
not drink. No, not drinking. I ordered. I had what the fuck is that? I got the sandwich. I got the lunch meat sandwich. It's like different types of lunch meat, like salami and ham and cheese and
Salami. Oh my gulay.
yeah,
Where
salami.
is? Panilis from. I am from Philippines.
Hmm.
If you wanted that Miss should dress, it's me. Who's
That's
that?
one of my,
Thomas.
this is one of my friends, Thomas, from Philippines, Zamboanga,
Yes, Thomas.
where you don't want to go because the Abu Sayyaf will kidnap you and cut your fucking head off, man.
Well, I would love to explain about that.
Mhm.
So, if you look like homeless, like Philip Janik,
They
they
won't
might
bother.
not even touch you. Actually, there is. Why make it bigger? Your screen's too much bigger. Go to setting, go more, click the more, and
Where
then
the
setting, make it bigger. Why too small? We need a
how
big screen. It's not small screen.
how do I go to settings? Just hit a plus, the
Go
plus.
down. There's more. Setting more, and then you will see layout.
I'm on a phone.
I
It says
think bigger.
all
Yeah,
I have is present, leave studio, invite, settings, and then up top I have
setting. Setting. Go to setting.
yeah, okay, settings. Go to settings. Okay, I'm on settings, and what does it say? It's not saying any fucking. Oh, it says either camera front, camera back, mirror my camera, high definition, camera resolution. That's it. I can't do anything more unless I turn my camera sideways. Then it looks all skinny faced.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's a lot of job. I don't know. I forgot. I should be up so that I know.
I
But
got
I
layout.
don't.
I got layouts. If that's what you're talking about, layouts.
Yeah, layout. Yeah, layout and make it bigger.
Okay, layout. And which one do I pick?
The bigger one too, but
It
bigger.
says solo layout.
No,
Has group layout.
no. No, the solo big one. The big one. Check it.
Okay,
The two. The,
the
the,
big
the,
one
the
at the
first and then
top.
the second. Click the second one.
First one
First
is
and then the second one.
that's the first one and the second one. Is it
Second one.
bigger? Is it bigger now?
Yeah, no.
No,
Go back to the first one, I guess. I don't know.
this one here.
You can
No,
see there is bigger, there is smaller. You can see there.
I can't see shit. I'm on a phone and it's like way big.
You cannot read. Wait, small.
It's a little tiny. I got to spread it all the way open just to see. Your picture looks okay down below mine here. That I'm in portrait mode. I can go sideways like this, but then it stretches the. You're talking about like so.
Da-di-da-da, okay, let me speak about some City. Okay, Thomas.
How's it look like this? I'm sideways now. I'm
It's
horizontal.
small. Is it? No, it's a small. Philip, go to the layout, and there is. You can see the screen there. Click that one. Click that one. You can see and click it. There is making it bigger. There is like frame. You can see the frame.
Yeah.
So there's frame.
I got a small one and a big one, and I got this one here.
Make the big one. Make the big one. Make
Is
not
that
that is solo.
that's
That is
solo?
solo.
Then I got
Mm-hmm.
this one here. I got this one here with you small and me big. And
Mm-hmm.
then it says I got this one here which got dual, and that's it. We're just two of us up here. Dual. That's it.
That is the biggest. I think this is not the biggest one.
Hmm.
Did you
I
see
said,
my live stream? It's getting bigger.
yeah, but I have to be on. I'm not on a computer. You're on a laptop. I'm on a phone.
No, I don't have laptop. I'm using only phone.
You're using only phone. But
Yes.
do you pay for the for the extra?
StreamYard? No.
It says
I'm
here group
using
layout
I'm
first.
using Gmail. I'm using Gmail, like multiple Gmail. Yeah, that's why I cannot go live like Chan Queen. You need like 24/7 because you need to pay it. Actually, before I purchased on StreamYard. Oh my goodness, it took me one year. Oh my goodness, it's like how many thousand is that? And that card is not for me. It's my friends. I said I want to purchase only 1 month trial,
It says
and
here.
then
It says here scenes beta. Scenes beta says new scene. Okay, below you it has a thing. It says present or invite. Right. So
mhm.
I can put a video up here if I want to. You know, like a video of me walking on the beach and shit. I can put that one up here.
Yeah,
But this is as big as the picture I can get. I gotta squeeze the picture like tiny so I can see it. And then if I open it big, I can't see the freaking chat. It's like really long on the phone. You know? I don't know. I got the camera facing forward, so you can see there's my pooper bucket. That's what I poop in when I'm outside in the tent. I
What?
did, yeah, I did a good one today. I pooped a good one today. That bucket right there. See the wind blowing? That's the wind blowing, and the train behind me. That's a pooper bucket. You put a bag inside there, then you shit in the bucket, and then once you shit in the bucket, then you tie the bag up and you throw it away.
Oh my goodness, I cannot live like that.
You can't live like this. If you're gonna camp, you have to. Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go sit outside and shit
I,
in a hole? Wouldn't you rather shit in
I
the
cannot live.
bucket? Here, let me put the bright light. I
I
put the
cannot.
bright light.
I cannot
Here,
live like that. Oh my
I got a
goodness, Philip.
bright.
I
I got
think,
a bright light.
yeah. I mean, what you have a big house. Why don't you just try to sleep to stay with your brother?
Because then I have to go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night, and I'm not doing it.
To the
That's brighter. That's the brighter light I got on. I'm gonna shut that little one off that I got. That's just my main light.
You guys,
Going up there.
Thomas, come up, Thomas.
Can you see my bed? So I
Where?
have a bed. Right here. I got a bed. See? I got a big bed,
Can
Ricky.
you?
It's
Where's
a
your tent?
I'm inside of it. See? I got the windows flaps. I got the flaps down. There's my front
Ah, it's
yard
a big tent. Where's your house?
right there.
Hmm.
Can you see my house? I don't know if you can see it. The light's not that good outside. Right there. That's the next to every house got light in the window there. I got
So
the
I know now. I know what I know the reason why you don't want to stay there. The reason is you don't want to pay bills, right?
well he you know what? It's half my house, but he lives in it all the time, so he has to pay all the bills. I'm gone half the year, right? So he's never left that house. He's lived in this house since he was born. He only left the state one time to go to California to visit my grandmother, and that's it. Hear the trains?
And you, and you. How about you?
It's half my house. We're going this week to. He took a mortgage out. You know how you get a loan on the house? He took a loan out on the house, and he's got the money in the bank. I said, "You got to put my name on that fucking loan. You got to put my name on. That's half my fucking money."
My goodness.
He's got a big dog, Rishi. Big dumb dog that pisses everywhere, shits everywhere out of the yard.
So okay,
He's
can I
half.
ask you a question?
He's
Do you have any like plan in life, or you just like to live like that?
the reason I do this is because it's comfortable. I can go right
Ah,
now.
comfortable.
I can fucking stop this live stream and shut this bright ass light. Look at this bright ass light I got. You know how much I paid for that? That works off
Mm-hmm.
USB charge. That's low. That's not on high. That's on low.
Mm.
If I put it on high,
Oh,
it looks like I'm sitting inside of a light bulb. That's low. I paid $12 on Amazon for that. It's called the EODO, and you charge it like you charge your phone. And once it's charged,
uh-huh.
it's good for like a whole fucking 2 days for a real
Okay.
bright light.
Philip, you pan me for my laptop, for phone.
I
I
just
don't know
bought
if
it.
I want laptop or I want iPad.
I just bought a new phone. I bought a new like the phone I already got, the N35G. They lowered it from 300 to 200 USD. So they lowered it from 15,000 to a little bit over 10,000.
I want this Huawei iPad. I already check it. I choose between iPad and laptop. So I'm
Okay.
still pending for it.
If I buy you a laptop, what you gonna do for me when I come down to Zamboanga, huh?
I will tell the Abu Sayyaf this is your new head.
No, what you gonna do for me though? You said well when my friends are angry, I make them happy, right? How happy do you make them, huh? That's the problem, huh?
I'm gonna trim your hair.
You're gonna wash my hair for me?
I asked the Abu Sayyaf.
You gonna wash my hair for me? Here, let me show you. Let me show you what I look like in here. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Let me see. I can turn the camera around. That I can do.
Okay, tell the camera around.
You can see my guapo face here, right? There you go. You
Oh
want
my goodness, too much guapo.
you want me to show it to
Oh
you?
my gulay. Oh my goodness, can I see? Oh my gulay, too much guapo. Oh my ulala.
Sitting in my tent.
Oh my goodness, how do you shower? I think the problem, shower,
I go in the house.
washroom.
I go in the house to take the shower, and then I come right back out.
Yeah, I think the good thing is with you, you are not really totally homeless because I see like mostly homeless, they're like dirty. I agree with Chris as like mostly homeless, they are dirty, like they don't take shower, they sleep everywhere. But you, I have proper car, you sleep, you have your pension, and then you go out. You can be like living in a hotel, living in a condo, living the life. That is good things.
You know
But
what
you
I
need,
do?
but now you look like Jesus Christ.
You know what I do when I go out camping here? Like, if say I get pissed off here because the cigarettes get too high, I want to go to New Mexico. I can go to New Mexico, not the United States, New Mexico, the state, by the Mexican border. I can drive over the border, buy cigarettes, and come back in and camp out there with this tent and just camp out there. If I get
So
pissed off,
go,
that's what
but
I'm.
only in the borders.
Yeah,
Only in the borders you go, right?
right on the border. Yeah, I go right on the border. And I don't know
Okay.
what trains like this here, how loud that train is. That's a choo-choo train. You got trains in the Philippines? No?
Train? No, no train.
You can't hear that
Only
rumbling?
MRT.
Can you hear the rumbling and the whistling and stuff? That's the train going on the track. It's about 3 blocks from here.
Ah, so your house is near to the train station, like
Yeah,
train
that's,
road?
that's why it's worth money, Wishy, because I could tear this house down to the fucking ground, and we have 2 lots here. Look, I got a lot here, right here where I'm at, and then the lot that the house is on.
Uh-huh.
So you could tear down the house, and
So,
you could build one of those big, like four 2-story, 4 apartment buildings here, or 6 apartment
uh-huh.
buildings, here, and then the people rent it out to the people that work in Chicago. This
Wow.
house,
So
this house.
my question is that land, you own the land. You're not like renting.
No, the property, both these lots belong to me and my brother, and the house belongs to me and my brother. The only reason I had to take
How many square meter? How many square meter your land?
a lot is a 150-foot lot by 25 each lot, so it's
Foot,
150, it's
not meter?
150 foot, no, 150 foot by 50 square feet is what
That's
it is.
not big.
No, it's big
That's
enough
not
for.
big.
It's a city lot in the city. This you
Oh, expensive.
you walk
Yeah,
down the block, you walk down the block right here, like 100 meters, and you're at the commuter train. The commuter train that
oh,
takes you
la
all the way to
la.
Chicago.
Philip,
Which
tomorrow I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go somewhere. I think I'm gonna go live IRL house chat.
IRL. I,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that when I was over there because I only had the one
I
phone.
go I go visit my cousin and then we go bit in a mall. Maybe I will just do video there.
I didn't
Like
want to.
ne-
I didn't want to mess up my business accounts on the phone by putting a different SIM card in there. I thought it might mess up my business, so I did. Then I found out I can put dual SIM cards in this phone. So damn.
do SIM card. That means you have what you call this one. You have
Yep. But I got new data.
what?
My data starts.
What is brand of your phone? What is the brand of your phone?
It's OnePlus Nord 35G.
What is the name?
It's the OnePlus Nord 35G. It's
It's
the
not
best.
famous. I don't know that.
It's the best mid-range phone that you can get. It's not high range, it's mid-range. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Me,
OnePlus.
I like that. You know the one I like it's Huawei.
If
There's
you would
Huawei iPad and there is Huawei laptop.
this
Oh
was
my
costing,
gulay.
they wanted
You
three
know,
hundred dollars. They wanted $300 for this phone, and they knocked $100
I
off it. So I bought another one.
I think no, I did purchase my phone. This I use is 500 100. It's kind of $100. It's 5,000 something. But really, it's heat. You know, it's hang when I send, especially when I play game. Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness, it's hanging.
What kind of
You
camera
know,
are you on? What kind of camera are you on now? Because for some reason you look clearer than I do.
Huawei.
You're on a Huawei, but your camera, your selfie camera is making you look clearer than me. What do I have to do to clear my picture up?
I don't know what is your camera. I think your camera is problem, right?
I don't know. Maybe I got goop over it. Let me see. I clean it off.
I think you are whiter than me for sure. I'm not. I am. I think so. You are whiter than me in person.
It's like
Maybe.
I'm duller though. Your picture's clear. Your picture's really clear.
Yeah.
You got any filters on or no?
No
No filters.
filters. It's just like StreamYard. It's nothing.
I know I'm clear when I use the regular YouTube instead of the StreamYard shit.
My
Okay, well I
goodness, I have
think
two
what I'm
minutes.
gonna do, I'm gonna close this down because we're at how many minutes? I'm at 55 right now, so I'm gonna close it down.
Yeah.
I
I'm
just wanted
going also down.
I just wanted to test it out, to test it out today. You know. So if you got
Yeah.
anything,
Okay, Philip.
if you want to put your link in the chat, let me see. How do I make you a moderator? I can't make you a moderator on here,
Yeah,
can I?
it's all right. It's okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Philip, for having me. Bye bye. See you around. I
Oh,
might
okay.
go live afternoon because we need to continue that live stream, right? It's not yet
Tomorrow
done.
tomorrow afternoon your time.
Today, because tomorrow I will be busy. I am not here. Manny has live tomorrow.
So in about
I think,
so in about six
yeah,
hours.
yeah, me, about, no, like what now? 11, 11 now, 11, 12, 1 to about 3 hour. I don't know if I can, sometimes I get lazy, but I think I need to continue the live stream after three
Yummy,
hours.
yummy mangoes made some fresh brownies for me. Look here, let me show you. I'll put it up in the thing so you can see it. Yummy mango
What is
says
that?
said wishes. She's talking.
Yummy, yummy, lu,
She's,
lu, lu,
she's
lu,
always,
lu, yummy,
she's always talking about
yummy,
shit. She's always
tea.
talking about shit. Brownies. She made some fresh brownies for me, man.
Wait, Wishy, I just made some fresh brownie for Philip. Can I join? Also, can I have same?
Oh
He
no,
said
yummy mango's
you.
talking about taking poo poos. Making poo poo brownies.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Oh my gulay. You so
They
are
like
dirty.
they like to talk scat talk. Scat talk.
Okay, spiritual prepper. Great week, Philip. Okay, spiritual. Thank you so much. Bye bye,
Yeah,
everyone. See you
I was just
around.
testing this out. You look good. You look good. Okay, you look good. Keep it up.
You see, who?
You look good.
Me? I'm always look good. Who said I'm not look good?
I said you look good. Don't get
My goodness.
don't get me lacking like Alma. Spiritual preppers here. Look at that. Have fun, save fun, fantastic, great week, everyone, everyone. I'll put that up there. Spiritual prepper. There you go. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Spiritual prepper. This live stream type one. So I figured I'd try it out today. Do a test on it. I got it working okay, but I'm in a tent. I got my house sitting right here. It's right here. My house is right here. My big yard's right here. I got the neighbors in the front there. They got to see the house across the street there. Sitting in a tent. If you want to come up, spiritual prepper, come on up. You can talk if you want. I won't go Beatles, 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 Beatles like Yummy Mango. I won't do that to you, man. You know that's who Yummy Mango is, right? Spiritual prepper, Yummy Mango is Beatles, Beatles. Remember that? I won't dead name him, but you know who it is, right? You know who I'm talking about, right? Spiritual prepper, right? 59 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna bless you all. Bless you all, people. What happens when I turn the phone sideways like this? Does it get bigger? It doesn't get bigger. On my end, it just makes it look. It makes it look like stretched out, narrow. I don't know. Maybe if I go like this. Nope, not doing any good. Looking like shit. Got to go like this here. Anyway, bless you all. Have a great day. I'm gonna take a nap. I'll get up and I'll go visit Wishy in about 3 hours. Okay. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Thomas Crown, Wishy, Yummy Mango, Spiritual Prepper, CBGB. When is your live stream? This is the live stream. I was checking it out, man. He's a very nice, good man from Africa, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. They like to talk about shit videos. Okay. Anyway, bless you all. Have a great day. Get out and do something. I'm gonna close it down. It's an hour now. I was just trying out the new StreamYard shit. I haven't done this in 3 years with StreamYard, unless CBGB wants to come up for a while. You want to come up for a while, CBGB? I could put the link in there for you. No problem, spiritual prepper. You want to come up with CBGB? You can come up. We'll get a see how the screen looks when we get 3 people up here. What's it look like? I haven't done this in like 3 years. I just go live on YouTube. It's a lot easier. StreamYards, it's really hard, man. This is the live stream, man. I'm gonna show you my shit bucket, man. I'm getting prepped. I'm like a prepper, man. I'm getting prepped, man. Let me go to settings here. See, I got to do all this fucking bullshit to see facing front, facing back. Here we go. Now you're going to get to see the shit bucket here. Facing back. There you go. Close that up. Let's see how big it looks here. How it looks in the light here. There's my shit bucket over there. See that big old shit bucket there? Nice big shit bucket, man. I got the toilet seat lid on it and everything, man. Look, and I'll show you. I'm going to show you. There's no shit in there. See, look, it's nice and clean. No shit. No shit. Nice and clean. You don't never leave shit in your shit bucket, man. You always take the bag out and throw it away, man. Anyway, it's a 5-gallon shit bucket there, CBGB. We're closing down. If I go live again, I'm going to go live on YouTube. I know how to do the stream. Oh, here it is. Spiritual Purpose coming up. Let me put them up here. Boom. How you doing? How you doing, my man?
Hey, Philip. Yeah, I'm going good, mate. How have you been going?
I'm doing great. I got back 3 weeks ago from Vietnam, and it was cold. It was really cold, man. I was freezing my balls off, and now today was 83 degrees Fahrenheit. It was good.
Where'd you go back to? Are you back in the States or whatever, in the USA?
Yeah, right near Chicago. Right near Chicago, but in the state of Indiana. I got this house here with a double lot that I share with my brother, but he goes to bed at about 7 in the evening. I don't like to, and he doesn't smoke, and I don't like to piss him off. So, because we both own the house, you know. So,
yeah.
I don't want to piss him off, so I set up a tent in the backyard. And if I want to stay up late, I just come. If I come in late from the clubs or from wherever I come from, the casino, I just come out here and lay down in the tent and go to sleep. You know.
Yeah. See that? That building. There was that little bit of an earthquake over in Myanmar or Myanmar, and in Thailand, a bit of that earthquake where that building collapsed. I can't remember if it collapsed in Thailand, the building. I think it might have, maybe, yeah. It was under construction.
Yeah, that was the one. The only building that collapsed was the one made by the Chinese.
Yeah. I saw some videos. I'm not sure how true they were, but they said that they've already tested some of the in the building that collapsed. They've already tested some of the steel, the reinforcing steel bars that go into the building structure, into the concrete. You know, the Rio bars or whatever they call them. You know that, and they said, yeah, they've said already. I don't know if these videos are true, but they've said already that them Rio bars were not up to the full strength of what they should have been. These Rio bars that had something to do with this Chinese company that had something to do with making them Rio bars. So it sounds like they may have cut some corners, this Chinese company, with these Rio bars. And then I started thinking, I started saying, well, if them Rio bars were from that Chinese company in that building that collapsed, what about in the last 5 to 10 years that we've just had? Could that company have cut corners in some of them Southeast Asia and put their Rio bars, that specific company, the Chinese company, put them cut corners and made cheaper quality Rio bars into some other high-rise buildings as well?
Oh, you know, they definitely did it. They definitely freaking did it, man. They just built cheap buildings. They just didn't care. You know?
Yeah, but that's dangerous. And another thing was that I saw about three different videos from 3 different people, like these expats living in Thailand, and they showed you when they ran out of their buildings. Some of the buildings were like 30, 40, 50, I don't know if they're 50 stories high, but they're pretty big. and they run down the stairwells, and then it shows you them going back into the buildings, being allowed back into the buildings. And there was a couple there. They were like Asian looking, with black hair and a bit slopey eyes, and they were from California. They were a husband and wife from California, and they were talking with an American accent, but they looked like Asian people, black hair and slopey eyes, but they were from California.
Yeah.
And they were allowed to go back into their building, but over the next 3 days when they were in the building, sleeping there for 3 days, this is after the earthquake, they could hear these croaking or creaking noises in the building that they never heard before, before the earthquake, that when you're at night and everything's quiet, sometimes you'd hear this bit of a croaking or creaking noise in their building. Over the next 3 days, they could hear these noises. So some of the buildings that may not have collapsed, they may still be standing. They may have some structural damage in them. And if another big earthquake comes, they may topple down, because they've already been weakened.
Well, they had after tremors there too. And plus, I wouldn't have went back in that building. That building was unsafe from the beginning, because, the rest of the buildings around it was fine. That was the only one that collapsed,
Well, but the one that stayed up, the ones that stayed upright, the ones that did not collapse, that's what this is after the earthquake happened. They went back into their building and slept there for another 3 days in one of the buildings that did not collapse, and they could hear noises at night or even in the day, like croaking or groaning noises, like like a building that's creaking, making noises that should not normally happen. The noises weren't there before the earthquake. There was none of these noises. So they're saying before the earthquake, the building didn't used to make these noises. But after the earthquake, when they went back into one of the buildings that did not collapse, they went and stayed there for 3 days in their room or their apartment that they owned or rented or whatever. I think they owned it maybe. They heard these noises, they could hear them. Like once in a while you'd hear these groaning or creaking noises,
Yeah, well, they're not too friggin' smart though. They would have been better off just going down like on Sukhumvit and getting a hotel room or something,
Eventually they got out, but they stayed there for 3 days and they heard these noises in the building. And I think they were renting. Yeah, they were renting the couple. They didn't own the apartment, they were renting. And they got out and they moved.
It could have collapsed on them. I wouldn't go
back. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that there are, who knows how many buildings are still there that are standing up. They haven't collapsed, but could have some sort of structural damage in them, in the steel reinforcing bars in the concrete.
There's probably plenty of them. The ones that were made cheaply, there's probably plenty of them. The ones that were did by standard, they're probably okay. But the ones that were built cheaply, they might go down any time,
Yeah. So, and I think that some American, they said that some people are just jumping out of their lease loans. They're leaving and going back to America. They're getting out of the building. They're not wanting to stay. And this was from 3 different people. One, I think he's a Russian or Ukrainian guy, and he shows you like a crack in the wall where you can actually see through. It's like nearly as fat as a cigarette. He shows the camera where you can look through the gap. I don't know if it's another room or it's straight outside the building of a room that this Russian type, Ukrainian or Russian type guy was in on his YouTube channel. He shows you. So, but one way.
Last time I was in Thailand, I stayed in this building in Chatuchak, and I heard it sounded like rain. And I said, "What the hell is it? Just water?" I said, "It's not raining, but I can hear water pour." And the building next door, the pool had cracked the side, an infinity pool is on the rooftop, had cracked and the water was dripping down the side of the building, so you got to watch it. That's why I like Vietnam, man. Vietnam, that's not in the ring of fire, they only get, basically they get maybe like a storm on the coast maybe, or a mudslide or something, but they don't get earthquakes and volcanoes and shit like the Philippines and stuff, so.
Yeah, well, I tell anyone, I don't care what country you're in, America, England, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. It's in the way the world is changing with the South China Sea and the potential for potential wars and that. It's good if you've got an option of a property or a block of land where you can have a good amount of food growing on it. It doesn't have to be a big block of land. It can just be like one acre or 2 acres. If you've got friends in Vietnam or family, or in the Philippines, you've married a local lady, you could have a place in Angeles City, like a little block, a little house, but it could also be smart to invest in your family who live, their relatives in the rural area, invest in their block of land by building a good well, like better well for your animals and even for your family if you have to,
No,
with food.
I don't
Yeah.
have big property here. This is 2 city lots, right? But
Yeah.
on the lot the house is built on, it only takes like what 3/4 of that lot, and then there's a lot of land behind there. I used to grow a big ass vegetable garden back there, you know. But
This is in America, Phil.
yeah, yeah, I had
Yeah.
a big vegetable garden. I used to grow a lot of cauliflower and tomatoes and
What's the way to contact? Have you got on your channel, if you go into your YouTube channel where it says about you, do you
Yeah.
have like an email address on there or something like that?
No, I don't give out my email. There's a PayPal link in there. That's it. I said if you want better videos,
Well,
I said,
I could send it just onto the video. I could just put it in the comments on a video. There's a good
yeah,
book. There's a really good book from America about like growing vegetables in your garden. But this is not your normal average American or English or Vietnamese or Australian or whatever country, Africa, European gardening book. It's not your normal American standard fruit and vegetable gardening book. What it is, it's a small little book, and it's from an American lady who she was in the the Navy for about 16 years, and now she's been in the reserves. I'm not sure if it's the Army Reserves or the Navy Reserves, for about 10 years, and she's grown vegetables for most of her life. She made a little booklet you can buy on Google. I'll try and put it in the comment of one of your YouTube video.
yeah, well,
And
if I could remember the name, I'm
it's
subscribed.
cool. If you got,
I'm subscribed
it's
to
cool.
this
It's
But I'm
right.
subscribed to this one channel. There's this husband and wife, and the wife is from, I'm trying to think of where she's from. She might be from Thailand or someplace in
Yeah,
Southeast Asia. But anyway, they grow
yeah,
a lot of vegetables in pots, and then they transplant them to their lot. And
yeah,
they do a lot of stuff on gardening. Man. Like cauliflower is really good for you, and
yeah. But
daikon radish
yeah,
is good for you too.
yeah. But this book is not your normal vegetable gardening book. It's a specific. It's called The Survival Garden. And she specifically talks in the first few pages of, if a war breaks out, she asks the people reading her book, says, would you know what to grow if survival was your goal? You were in a bad situation. The shops have shut. The shops have closed. Costco and Walmart and other local Farmer Joe's or any other local shops, they've all shut. It says, would you know what to grow? You know, because you can't.
I know what to keep. In this city, you can have chickens, right? I would definitely have a chicken coop with laying eggs, that lay eggs.
That's
Yeah,
smart. That's smart. Or
you don't,
rabbits. You could have white rabbits,
yeah,
but she's not talking about animals. She's talking specifically about just vegetables. There's only 13 vegetables in the book. That's it. There's no fruit trees. There's nothing to do with animals. There's 13.
I'll bet you cauliflower is one of the vegetables in the book, though, because they grow real easy. That and daikon radishes, the big white radishes that look like a turnip, because they don't taste like radish. It's very healthy for you. Very healthy.
All the vegetables in the book, they do not need refrigeration. So you do not need a refrigerator to to protect, to keep them, store them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you them now. I'm getting the book right now. Just getting it out of bag.
Yeah, go ahead. You can read them off. Most of them are probably root vegetables.
Now you're starting to hit the nail on the head. I'll read them out to you real quickly now. There's only 13 vegetables. They're all full. Most of them are full of starch, sugar, energy, because
Yep.
you cannot live off lettuce or celery or cucumber. You need starch, and that has sugar, this is them now. So you won't get skinny and wither away. This is them real quickly.
Okay,
There's
go
corn,
so quickly. Go slow. Go slow. Corn.
right? There's corn. There's beans.
Okay.
There's winter squash.
Okay.
There's pumpkins. Pumpkins.
Yeah.
There's potatoes. There's
that's definitely potatoes. Yeah.
sweet potatoes.
Yes. Root vegetables.
Yeah, there's full of sugar where your family won't get skinny, like in the prison camps in World War II, the Jewish people and other prisoners who nearly starved to death in them camps. The garlic, which is very powerful for your immune system, not just powerful, but very powerful for your immune system.
Yeah.
So there's garlic, and there's onions.
Yeah.
And there's peas.
Okay.
And there's a thing called biennials. I should know what they mean, but I don't. I've probably heard of them in books I've read before, but they're called biennials, which is on page 54. I might be able to just tell you. I'll go to 54 real quick. Here we go.
No, that's vegetables that sprout like biannually. So you'll get a crop this year, but then they won't sprout a crop till like the next year over. It's good. Like every year that you'll have to wait for them to sprout again. You don't have to keep planting them over and over. They'll keep growing vegetables like year after, like perennials and biennials.
Yeah, it says they produce viable seeds during the second year of growth.
Yeah.
To produce seeds. Here you go, from beets. So you were talking beetroot, from beets.
All kinds of. See, I would have added more to what she got there. I would have added more root vegetables like cauliflower, turnips.
Well, she says it here. She says beets. This is these biennials: beets, carrots, turnips. Plant seeds during the summer in the cool, shaded place, and allow them to grow until freezing weather. In area of extreme cold winters, roots will need to be pulled up and stored over the winter.
Yeah. You can store them like in your basement and then replant them the next year.
Yeah, so that's them biennials. But yeah. So then she says after biennial, she says beets, which is the beetroots. Then she says turnips, carrots, and that's it. 13 vegetables: corn, beans, winter squash, pumpkin, potatoes, sweet potatoes, garlic, onions, peas, biennials, beets, turnips, and carrots. And all them things do not need refrigeration. That's why she's named these things. This is for survival. If your family's going to die of starvation, if you don't have food, that's what this little book is designed for. It's only about as fat as a cigarette, not even as fat as a cigarette.
You can store those vegetables in like a root cellar.
Yes, that's exactly right. A root cellar under your house. You could, in a basement of your house, even you could make up a type of root cellar. If you haven't dug one into the dirt, you could put hay bales around it and put them in the middle of the hay bales, like a cool area. And but this is a really good book. I'll try to post it on the comments.
You also want to get some kind of like. I have stuff here, but like military type rations, like sea rations and stuff like that. Like
that's very smart to have some long life food. You can get the Mountain House. Mountain House is a good brand, and there are other brands. But one thing I've heard.
Well, hell, spam will last 100 years in a fucking can too. Like the short.
Yeah. If the cans are like good food cans and that, but definitely having some stored food is good, because if there's a type of an initial collapse of society, you could get like looting mobs. It depends what city or what part of the country you live in America or England or Europe or Vietnam or Thailand or Philippines or Australia or wherever, New Zealand, Africa or wherever you may be from, South Africa, it could vary from place to place where you live. What type of how likely it is there could be marauding gangs going from house to house and try to steal your vegetables.
You
So
gotta
that's why it's a good idea to have some stored food, like you're saying, if you can have a lot of long life military rations that will last for 3 years or even
and like
longer stuff that
and
will.
like powdered milk and like lots of water stored away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one good thing is you get onto them companies. It might cost a little bit more, but the brand they're called in America, Mountain House. That's the name,
Yeah.
and they're good tasting meals. But what you do is don't buy.
Thomas Crown has a question for you. He wants to know who is the author of the book. I got it up on the
Yeah, Thomas. If you type in to your Google, you'll type in the survival garden, and then after the word garden, type this in. Type in leave a space, after the word garden, leave a space, and type in CYGNET. That's the word signet. That's the name of a baby swan. It's CYGNET, and then leave a space, and type in the word brown, BROWN,
Yeah.
signet brown. So put when you search for the book, type in the survival garden signet brown, and it's a green looking cover. This book I'm telling you about is not a normal gardening book. This is for survival. If you're going to die, this is the book that every American should want. An Australian or British, European, South African, Russian person, Yugoslavian, wherever you're from around the whole world, German, anywhere. This is the book. It shows you vegetables. You're not going to need a refrigerator. They'll last a long time, and they'll have the exact amount. This lady has grown vegetables for years, and she's calculated the amount of calories that your family will need, so you will not starve. And you don't need to refrigerate. Most of these will last for a good long time without a refrigerator. And you won't get skinny or sick. And there's enough vitamins, not just calories, but enough vitamins. You could live off these group of vegetables. This is a very important book for any of you people in the audience.
That's what I like about Vietnam too, is they eat a lot of vegetables in their dishes and stuff, and they balance it out so you don't get too much sugar, but you just get just enough. Like let's say you got a real sweet dish or whatever, they'll add a big slice of daikon radish on top of it, and what that does is that lowers your blood sugar. So basically, it's keeping you from getting diabetes by mixing these vegetables the right way. You know what I mean? So that's why I like the Vietnamese food. You know.
Here you go. Hey Thomas, do not just buy a digital copy, because make sure you get a physical copy of the book, because if one day the internet goes down, you will not have access to a digital copy of the book, like an online copy. Make sure you buy a physical copy, but do not wait for some sort of big collapse to happen around the world or a major war, because you probably will not be able to then buy the book. You won't be able to ship it. You're better off to get that copy of that book now while you can.
Also, Prepper, the first thing that they're going to do if there is a war like that is they're going to attack. They're going to attack the cyber grid. So all the internet, it's going to go down anyway. Like me and you.
And another,
like this,
it could go down. That's right. And another tip for you, Thomas, or any people in the audience there. Another good tip is that you can plant some of these vegetables in your garden, right? One thing you can do if you want to hide them, you can go onto YouTube and type in stealth. Put in the word like a stealth aeroplane. Them aeroplanes, they're hard to find up in the sky.
Yeah,
The American stealth bomber. You type this in. You type in grow your own stealth vegetable garden, or just put in the word stealth vegetable garden, and it'll show you how to hide your sweet potatoes in your flower garden so it won't be obvious for people to find them. But another thing is,
you know what people
if
do here, Prepper, is they'll grow
yeah,
their marijuana and they grow corn plants around it, so that the government can't see the marijuana growing. So that's
yeah,
stealth.
that's a good idea. But another thing you can do, if you're living in America or Australia or New Zealand or Europe or South Africa or wherever you live around the world, in Russia or China, wherever you live, if you only have a small yard and you can't grow too much, it's very small. If you have a little stream or a creek, a small creek where you live, you can sneak out there when no one's watching and get some sweet potatoes that are sprouting. They're starting to shoot. And you can go along the mud where the mud is on the bank of the river or the stream and just put them in the mud. Don't show anyone, and don't put them in a straight line. Just don't put them in a straight line. Just zigzag them like a slalom, like the snow skiing slalom. Just zigzag them all through the mud along the riverbank. You can put them for 10 miles. Just put some here, then further down the river, put some more in the mud, and just see if they'll grow randomly there where you live in your America, if you're in Florida or some.
That's why I'm glad with the area I'm in, it gets cold winters, but I'm glad I have this extra lot. Because if it came down to it, I could turn this whole lot into just a big vegetable garden, you know? It's
And
like
there's another,
it's like 25 by 150 feet. That's a pretty big vegetable garden, you know? Especially
and
pots and stuff.
yeah,
too.
yeah. And I just discovered on a video about 2 or 3 months ago. I've been watching this guy for years on YouTube. He's called Canadian Prepper. So, Thomas, if you're still there, if you get a chance to go on YouTube, not now, but later when the live stream finishes, if you go on there and you type in the word Canadian Prepper, PREPPER, means you're being prepared. You're a preparedness, Canadian Prepper, and then put the word potatoes. So after you put down Canadian Prepper, put the word potatoes. So you'll have Canadian Prepper potatoes. You'll find a short 10-minute or 11-minute video, and he is talking about what to grow in America or Canada. And he says potato would be the best thing to grow. And he even names the type of potato, a very strong, hearty potato that can handle hot weather or cold weather, or it can handle a lot of stuff, and it'll very strong against bugs or resilient.
That's why you like that channel I was telling you about. I wish I could remember the name. It's like Dave and somebody's homestead is what they somebody's homestead, something like that. But they show you they show you how to start the vegetables off in like pots and then replant them and stuff. And it's a really good channel. I got it bookmarked on my YouTube. You know.
Yeah. Well, next time you think of it, you can mention it on your next live stream again, and then, or even post it in the comments also. But
I can post a link. I'll post a link to that channel in my comment section. Not the
that'd be yeah.
Not the comment section, but the community section. I'll post a link to their channel in the community section.
Yeah, and also that book, if you can find the survival garden, you can maybe post that in the community as well. Yeah. And yeah, go on.
I could make money. I could just sell LSD and trade LSD for groceries, right?
Yeah, but another thing.
Well, money won't be worth shit. You're gonna have to have something to barter with, you know.
Food will be worth its weight in gold. Vegetables, if you've got them, they'll be worth their weight in gold.
Salt, stock up on salt, man.
Yeah, that's another one. There's honey lasts forever. Get an underground root cellar, hide it, have hidden trap doors so no one will ever find it in your house. And you can build one in your garage. You can dig one up and don't tell anyone, and build one down there. And you could put honey and salt. Honey lasts forever. Yeah.
I used to have a basement apartment in this house here, right? And now there's no more basement apartments. It's all empty. I could use that whole area to store shit in down there.
Yeah, mate, build a false floor in there. Build a secret floor down there so no one will know it's down there. Because if ever looters come to try and rob food out of your pantry and your
Oh,
kitchen, say, give me some food.
if they come here and try to steal shit, Prepper, man, then they're gonna get waxed. You know, I got.
Yeah.
See, in
But
Australia,
look up non-lethal means as well. Try to find that you can buy shotgun rounds that are non-lethal. They're like rubber pellets and that. Have lethal ammunition, but don't use that as your first choice to drive someone away if you can, unless they've got guns.
There'll be signs all over the fucking place here. Trespassers will be shot on fucking sight. That's what it'll say right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sight.
But with your basement, right? You can look up on YouTube how to conceal a basement, right? On YouTube, they'll show you all these videos where you could build a latch that gets into like an entry, and you could put a cupboard there if it's an upright entrance. Put a cupboard there, so it's looks like a cupboard bolted to the wall, but you've got a secret little latch you can click on the cupboard, and the cupboard will swing out away from the wall and reveal a door. So, or if it's in the reason you do that is you don't want anyone to find your stash of salt or honey. You don't want anyone if for some reason someone does get access to your house, you don't want them to find your stash. So you can build something like that. It's not too hard to build a secret latch. If it's in the floor, like a floor entrance, you can build a latch and put like a rug over it and put something over it, like a big cupboard that can roll on wheels or something like that, or something that looks like it's sort of permanent. There, a washing machine. You can have a washing machine where you click a button and the washing machine can roll sideways. But other than that, you've got to find a little button to click to move the washing machine, which sits over the top of a hidden latch doorway that goes down into a basement. So you can look at having a hidden secret thing. Just go on YouTube and type in how to hide underground basement entrance, and there'll be heaps of videos of preppers who'll show you different options.
Well, in this one lot that I'm on where I got the tent set up at now, right? I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, I could actually dig a root cellar over here and just hide it. You know, I put the door.
Yeah. You could have the entrance starting from inside your garage, just inside your house somewhere.
I could have the entrance right on the lot, but just covered up with sod and have grass growing over the top of it. Nobody even know it's there, you know?
Yeah, or you can have a small shed, like a small garage shed in your backyard, just a little shed like 10 foot by 14 foot, 12 foot, a small little backyard shed where you put your lawnmower in, and you can have like a sort of a floor there, and you can have an entrance to get into there from there, a secret entrance.
We got a 12 by 20 foot shed on the one lot here in the back, but it's falling apart. It looks like a Tondo shed, so I'm getting ready to put up a new one, So,
well, what you could do is build the root cellar, and then build over the top of the entrance. Yeah, build the shed and look up how to conceal an entrance into the cellar. But the only thing with that, bud, is you'd have to go out your backyard if you ever wanted to get food. Don't go walking in with a handful of carrots in your hand from that shed. Have a secret little bag when you go out there. So if any neighbors or someone was watching with binoculars, you'd have the vegetables hidden in some sort of bag or just in your coat pockets. You could hide them in your coat pockets. You only need to bring in enough each day. But be careful, because if they see you walking in and out of that shed on a daily basis, it could arouse someone's suspicions around the area if they see you. So why does he keep going into that shed every day? They might snoop around,
especially in my neighborhood, because this is like a city suburb, I mean,
there's ways to build a bomb shelter, a small one, in your garage. You can do one. You can dig one out, the concrete. You can bury a small one in there, a circular one, which you could use as a type of root cellar, and to put vegetables in, and then you cover the concrete back over, and you have a hidden lid. Like there's a way to hide the entrance or whatever. You can do stuff like that. There's videos on YouTube. Just type in how to build a root cellar in your own garage or stuff like that. You can have it hidden in the garage. You can hide one, a small one. But with that video I just mentioned, called Canadian Prepper Potatoes, that's probably not the actual name of the video, but if you search that, Canadian Prepper Potatoes, you'll find the video with a red looking potato, And the reason that video was really amazing was I didn't know about this, but he said if you grow your potatoes in a drum, like a round barrel or a drum, you'll get 200% more potatoes than if you just grow them normally in the ground, like a traditional farm in the ground. If you grow them in a drum, you'll get 2 or 3 times as much potatoes. So that's pretty important for people if a war breaks out and you need to survive. That's pretty good, growing 2 or 3 times the amount of potatoes. That's pretty significant, eh? Double or triple the amount of potatoes if you grow them in a barrel or a drum. You just get more, apparently.
Yeah, well, the people that grow that garden, that they teach you how to do that. They say by putting them in these like barrel type things that they say you get more vegetables that way. You know, that's why I got That's why I got to post that in my community tab. I should post it in the community tab.
And there's one other book, right? That's very important with that book. I don't know if you've got a pen or pencil there if you want to write this down, or I don't know if Thomas, if you're still there, Thomas. But there's another very, very important book. It's from America. It's from 2015, so it's not very old. It's only about 9 years old or whatever it is. And the book is called The Seed Garden. So it's called The Seed Garden, and it's a green cover. And the reason why this book is so important, most vegetable gardening books will not show you when you've grown your vegetables. They will not show you how to harvest your own vegetable seeds, how to collect the vegetable seeds, the seeds out of the vegetables, so you can save them seeds for next season to grow more vegetables. This book is an amazing book by a big company in America. They love seeds, natural seeds, not the hybridized seeds. This book it's got about 75 common vegetables. They're not some weird vegetables up in the Amazon forest out in the middle of nowhere. They're all your common vegetables: potatoes, corn, onions, all them common type, capsicum, tomato, all the common vegetables. And it shows you how each year how to get the seeds out of them and to save the seeds for next year, so your family will have food forever. You'll never starve. You'll never run out of seeds. You're better off not to rely on the shops, because one day Costco or whoever sells the seeds, your local little hardware store, they may not have the seeds because of war or because the price may be that high. So this book is of extreme importance on a similar level to the Survival Garden by Signet Brown. This other book called The Seed Garden. It's got a green cover on the front, like a green cover with some peas. I would get both of them books if you can. I don't know if you're still there, Thomas, but maybe you could find both of them books and you could post it, Phil, maybe the Survival Garden and the Seed Garden for your viewers, man. I think something's going to happen. You only got to look around the world at what's going on around the world with the South China Sea and up in Ukraine with Russia and other things, tensions building, that something a bit bigger could happen one day, more similar to World War II on a bit more of a wider spread. It could affect people. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just saying we were affected. Countries were affected around the world. Australia got bombed in World War II by Japan. We were bombed. The Japanese actually made it to Australia with aeroplanes and bombed the top of Australia, and further down in Australia they bombed it, killed about 280 people. And I do not wish for a war. I'm not trying to be sensational or scare anyone. Just go and look at all the news channels. They talk about it, and they might be trying to scare people a bit, but the war in Ukraine is a reality. Something could flare up in the South China Sea. The more people that grow food in their garden to be positive and to encourage people, the more people that grow some food in their gardens will be better off, no matter what country you're in. If you're up in Dar Lat, up in Vietnam, in Dar Lat, or if you're in San Diego or California or anywhere in America or England or South Africa and whatever the capital down there, whatever they call it, Jonestown or whatever. If you grow food, you'll be better off. And the people in America, I found this documentary about the United States of America. I never knew this, but originally I was told back in about 1987 that I was told that America was founded as a Christian nation, right? And I won't go into great detail about that, but this video went into great detail on YouTube. It was amazing. It tells you all about the men and women. It tells you a lot about the men and women who came over on the first ship, the Mayflower, the 102 people who came over. It tells you what happened to them, how some of them died in the first. They died in the first year. About 48 of them were dead. But I'll get to the point. The point is that they met an Indian man somewhere after the first year, where some of them had died, and it was Squanto or the other one. You'd know the name, Philip, and some of you would know the name. You people from America, they met this Indian man, and this Indian man could speak some English because he'd bumped into some actually Jesuits. Apparently, I got told, if that's true, they had been over there somehow. He'd bumped into him years ago, and all of his tribe had died out through some disease or been killed by another tribe. But this guy was still alive, and he bumped into these people who were on the first ship. After a period of time, he bumped into them, maybe after a year, and then he showed them what to grow to survive. All these things like squash.
That's why we have that holiday here in
Thanksgiving.
November.
Yes, Thanksgiving. Yes. And they said they would have died if they didn't know what to grow. He said the other 48 possibly would have died. But this Indian man showed them a lot of the vegetables, what I said in that book, that 13 vegetables were the vegetables that some of the vegetables that the Indian man showed them, the other early settlers who came to America on the first ship, he showed them what to grow.
Yeah, and, well, I'm like three quarter. Well, I can't be 3/4. I'm like about a half, almost a half Indian, because on my father's side he was pure Czech, but on my mother's side, my grandfather was full-blooded Choctaw, and my grandmother on my mother's side was like 3/4 Apache, Cherokee, and Choctaw mixed. So just a little bit of English in there. So
so
I know all about that shit.
They lived because he showed them what to grow. Mm-hmm. He showed them what to grow, and they survived because he showed them the things to grow.
Yeah, and they would have never survived the winter if he didn't.
And that with in America and Australia and England, the prices of food are going up in England and Australia and America, different prices. Many of the ancestors grew food in their gardens, and that book. If I was going to grow vegetables in America or in England or wherever, that book that I've shared with you is that The Survival Garden by that nice American lady called Signet Brown. That's not her real first name. It's a pseudonym for a baby swan, but Brown is her real last name. She's on Facebook as well.
There's a publishing company named Signet Publishing Company in the United States too.
Well, she publishes books. See, I don't know if that's her publishing company, but she's got a few books. She's got a couple of books, but that's one of them. And
you see, you see who joined.
Yeah,
gotta say hi.
And this book.
It's not hard to get seeds from veggies. You just got to let them seed. Don't harvest them. Let them go through their full lifestyle, their life span, and they'll seed.
Yeah, but some of the people in the audience here, Nathan, some of the people in the audience, they may not know the skills that you know about what you're sharing with us now. That's why I shared that book called The Seed Garden. It's a very good American book from a big seed organization that saves seeds. They harvest and save them, and they're against all that genetically modified. That's why I shared that book. It's of extreme importance because once you run out of seeds, you won't have food. So, but that's awesome what you're sharing with the people, Nathan, because some people will not know how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I bought 40 copies of the book. I bought 40 copies. They probably cost about $45 American now. I paid 45 Australian about 7 years ago, and I bought 40 copies, not 10 or 20 or 30. I bought 4 for my family because I gave them.
It's about this basic, right? So you plant your food, right? You harvest a certain amount of it, and then the other lot you let grow to full maturity till it seeds, and there's your
Yeah.
seeds.
Yeah. Hey, what were you
That's-
showing us,
that's a-
Nathan? Where are you? In the Philippines? Are you in a mall there? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, I'm in SM Mall in Cebu.
Yeah, because I was. Oh, you're
SM City,
in where?
Cebu.
You're in Cebu? Okay. Because when I come back, I was thinking about going to Davao, but man, the fucking hotels are expensive in fucking the Philippines, man, compared to Vietnam, man. You know?
Yeah, they are. I'm paying 1,500 a night. Well,
Yeah,
actually
but,
1,600 a night. Sorry, but I can get it for 1,500.
yeah, but
And that's
you saw that hotel I was staying at in Vietnam in the town, right on the beach, 180 feet from the fucking beach, 5-star hotel with a rooftop pool and all that crap, a gym on the rooftop and shit, all them Russian babes and stuff. And I was only paying a month for a monthly rate, like 350 for the month, man.
yeah. So we'll 350. How many pesos is 350?
Let me see, pesos 350 USD. Let's see, it's about every $100 is like 5,600. So figure 50, that's under 20,000 for a nice fucking place with a balcony, a pool, and so under 20,000. Man.
Okay, so I know that I don't know how long a lease deal you'd have to do, but you can get apartments where I'm staying for about 20,000
Like
a
a
month.
like a nice studio condo.
Well, it's pretty small, right? But yeah, it's got a full kitchen.
It's only got to be like what 30 square meters or 25 square meters. That's all.
Yeah, 25 square meters, something like that. It's got full kitchen, all the cutlery, everything.
Yeah, but see,
Microwave, toast.
I didn't even have to cook in Vietnam, though, man. I mean, I could have got a place. I was staying in a hotel where they came and brought you to clean the room every fucking day, man. You could go down to the second floor for breakfast from 6 to 9:30 and get a free breakfast down there if you wanted. All that shit was included,
But
man.
hey, I've got location, mate. I'm staying in the
Yeah,
101 Horizon. 101 Horizon in fucking Mango Square on the 19th floor.
I was in the main area of Nha Trang, which is about 500,000 people, right? Right on the fucking beach, man. I could walk to the beach. I posted a video of me walking on the beach where they got the island out there with the amusement park on it, Zen World.
Yep.
I mean, that place is great, man. I was staying in the lot for the first like month and a half, and then I went down to Nha Trang. The first time I was there, it was too hot. This time I went down, it was perfect. That was like 80s in the daytime. Get down to like 70s at night. It was perfect, man. Fuck. I came back too early, man. I should have stayed another month, man. It just got,
yeah, that's right. You're in the States, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm right by Lake Michigan. It just got. I mean, Indiana, right across from Chicago. It was like 40 some fucking degrees yesterday, and today it's 83.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah, now it jumped 43 degrees in one day. Now it's 83 degrees today, man. That's why I'm out in the tent, man. Fuck it, it's too hot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm leaving back to Australia in another 3 weeks.
Oh, you only went there for a couple months? That's it?
Yeah, I've been here since February.
Yep.
So it'll be nearly 4 months.
Yeah, well,
by the time I go home.
Yeah, but you're not retired yet, so you have to go back to work, right?
Yeah, I have to go back to work.
Yeah, Prepper, that talking about that Japanese invading Australia. There's a movie on that. It's called Australia. It's got I think Hugh Jackman's in it, and it's where the Japanese are invading Darwin, where Nathan's from up there, man.
Oh, they never invaded. They just bombed the shit out of it.
Yeah, but it was like during the time that they were trying to invade the North and they're bombing the shit out of it. The movie's called Australia. It's got
That Australia with Hugh Jackman and fucking Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, that's
it's so cringe. It's not even funny, man.
Yeah, but
there's another good one. There's another good movie. It's called Tomorrow When the War Began. Tomorrow When the War Began. It's got one of these famous footballer called Wally Lewis, his son. In Australia, they play that. But it's his son. It's his son, Lincoln. It's a good movie. It shows you
Okay.
an Asian nation invading Australia, coming in with trucks. They round people up. They round up people and put them in football fields. Like they round up people.
Well, see, that's what's
And
wrong with you. That's what's wrong with you fucking Aussies. You let them take all your fucking guns away, man. You can't do that, man.
Well, like you're saying, that I heard that one of the things that the Japanese were scared of America to try to go there and invade it was not just the military. It was the civilians. So many civilians had guns. They were scared to go into America, not just because of the army, but the civilians. The normal people had guns, rifles, pistols, shotguns. They were frightened.
Let me give you a real.
They were scared to go to Australia for the same reason.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, but now they've taken most of the guns off people.
Let me give you a real good statistic right here. For every 100,000 United States citizens, there's 120,000 fucking guns. Right? What does that tell you?
I'm all for guns, man. I'm all for gun ownership.
But for every 100,000, there's 330 million of us here. But for every 100,000, there's 120,000 guns out there, man. So what does that tell you? We got plenty of guns.
Maybe they should look at antidepressants, and say that if someone's on very powerful antidepressants, where it says it can cause hallucinations, some of the antidepressants will have on the bottle saying can cause hallucinations. Maybe then people should have to hand over their guns to a family member where they don't have access to them, just for some of them people to warn them. The doctor should warn them and say, look, if you're feeling a bit depressed and you want to go onto this antidepressant medication, you have to forfeit your right while you're on this medication to have your guns. If they're real powerful medication, Philip, not just mild stuff, but some of the very powerful antidepressants.
Definitely they should have background checks. If you're fucking crazy, you shouldn't have a gun, man. But you know what? The thing is, you can't stop it, Prepper, because, okay, like this week, this lady was a sheriff in Florida. She was a freaking sheriff, right? And her son got a hold of her gun and went and shot a bunch of fucking people, man. But she's a sheriff, fucking police officer, right? And her son got a hold of her pistol in the house and went and shot a bunch of fucking people.
Well, you have to check the son up. I'd like to know if he was on medication, something on some antidepressants. Yeah.
Of course. But the thing is, you'll never take the guns away from the criminals, and you'll never take the guns away from the crazy people because they're crazy. Right.
Yeah, but the worst thing to do would be, just because a couple of people go and randomly shoot people, is then to try and say, right, we can disarm every American because of that. That's wrong. No, they shouldn't take all the guns off people, because once there's a good documentary. It's called Innocent, like someone is innocent, like it says in Innocence, INNON ONENC or whatever, Innocence. Look up the word innocence. Put in on YouTube, Innocence Betrayed, the history of gun control. It's a 1-hour documentary, and it shows you all these countries, Cambodia and Hitler and Germany, where they disarmed the Jewish people. And it shows you all these different countries where they disarmed the population. Then 10 or 15 years after that, the government came in and mass murdered millions of people in their country, literally mass murdered them. It's on YouTube. It's a very good documentary. It's called Innocence Betrayed, the history of gun control. If you search that, you'll find it. It's really good. It tells you the countries. Turkey, where the Turks took the guns off them people up in that area of Turkey. They took the guns off them, then they went in, they slaughtered them, killed them, or ran in and shot them and killed them all. It shows you multiple examples where they disarmed the population. Pol Pot in Cambodia, they took all the guns off people. And then they went through on that rampage, killing millions of people in Cambodia, or where it was up there, Pol Pot's regime. It's a great documentary to show you that you should never let your government disarm your country. And I know Australia, that's happened there, but I also believe in it. Yeah.
That's why we have the Second Amendment. It says right in the Second Amendment that the reason you have the right to bear arms is to keep the government out of your fucking houses,
Yeah, well, it's to to fight against a foreign or domestic tyrannical government. It says against a tyrannical government.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not just for a foreign army invading America. It's if the government becomes tyrannical, but it would be good for the NRA or them people to say, maybe to look into that and say, look, if a lot of these shooters, these young shooters, are on antidepressant medication, maybe they should say that if you go onto their medication, the doctors will warn someone and say, hey, look, we have to warn people. If you go into this heavy, more powerful level of antidepressant medication, the government is now saying you're not allowed to have access to firearms while you're on that medication. You have to you could give them to a family member. They're not to be stored in your home where you live. They've got to be locked away, and you're not allowed to have access to them guns. You don't have to necessarily sell them, but you'd have to give them to another family member who lives in another place, lock them at their house. You're not allowed to have access to them, and you can't have the key code for the safe as long as you want to go into this high-powered antidepressants. That's what I would do, because if they don't do it, if you get enough mass shootings over time, over the next 10 years, it keeps happening, it could weaken the resolve of, some government.
They can do all they want. Like, look at what Biden did before Trump got in there. He said, oh, you want to keep your guns because you think you can fight against the government? He said, we got F-16s. Like, what the fuck? Like, he was talking about he's going to turn the military on the fucking people. What the fuck?
Oh, a tyrannical government would do that.
Yeah,
but still having,
the thing is, turn your fucking planes on us. We got the country. The country's ours, man. The country belongs to the people, not to the fucking government.
And there's that saying. I can't remember exactly. It goes something like, when the government is armed and the people, the citizens they're not armed, the people fear the government. But when the citizens are armed, the government fears the people instead of the people fearing the government. And that's a good thing. The government officials should fear the people and respect them. But if they disarm the people, they won't fear them anymore. They can do anything. They can send their army. That documentary, man, if any of you people in the audience are interested in guns and gun ownership, write it down for later after this live stream. In innocence, I think it's INNO and then CENC or something like that. Innocence Betrayed, BETRAYED, Innocence Betrayed, the history of gun control. Search that and you'll find it. It's an excellent documentary to show you that you should keep your guns and firearms, because if you don't, one day an invading army or your own government could easily come against you and round people up a lot easier.
I tell you what, I only surrendered one gun in my whole fucking lifetime. And there was this old guy that moved into a real bad neighborhood, and I gave him a 6-inch 357 revolver because I knew if he shot at somebody with that, he wouldn't miss, right? Just for his protection, right? And he died on me. So the city cops went there, and they go, they called me first, right? They go, you're in a quick dial, and you got a gun here. I go, yeah, I gave it to him for his protection, right? And they go, I said, can I get my gun back? And they go, no, you have to file a report with the state police. And I said, fuck it, keep it. I don't care. I know what the cop was going to do. He's going to use it for a backup piece, But, it was only one pistol, so I ain't worried about it. The best home defense is a shotgun. Get yourself one of them cheap-ass, like an 18-inch barrel shotgun that shoots 12 gauges, Get a cheap one, like... I think the Springfield something it's called is a cheap one you can get at like Walmarts and stuff, That's your cheap home protection bucket right there, because most people can't shoot anyway. They can't aim, they can't shoot. You got a shotgun, you don't have to be really good at the aim. You just got to pull the fucking trigger,
And there's a lot of things on YouTube where it can show you how to do a lot of defensive measures around your house. Like around the windows, there's a lot of little tricks and things you can do around your house to make it more stronger as well, to more safer. There's some guy I watch, an American guy. He was an ex-CIA agent, I think, or a CIA agent or a Navy SEAL or something. And he shows you a lot of different little safety measures you can do, even if you're staying in a motel overseas. Even if you're in a motel overseas, there's things you can do there as well to protect your motel room. You can put something up on the door to help it to be harder to open if someone tries to get in.
Well, the best thing is like for defense here, like I'm in the fucking lot next to the house, right, in the tent. But I got like a 5.5 foot cyclone fence all the way around. It's enclosed. And the best thing is get yourself a fucking mean ass. This dog's lazy, he's got, but get yourself a mean ass dog and put it out in the yard, you know. And you don't have to worry about anybody coming on your property. You know?
Yeah, no, that's good as well. And hello to Craig Rusin. Craig Rusin's there too, Philip.
You finally noticed, huh? He likes the trains. He's listening to the trains in the background. He said, "Nice to see you back, man, Craig." I put his see, he's got this is what he said here, Hong Kong. He likes to listen to the trains, man.
Yeah, he's good. Craig's a good, smart bloke. He's a man's man. He's a man's man. He's worked all his life. He's done bakeries.
Good at building stuff too. Bob the Builder.
Yeah, he knows how to build stuff, and he's built homes in the Philippines and run bakeries.
Craig, why don't you fly to Chicago here? I need somebody to help me knock down this shed and build a new one, man. So
yeah, go for a working holiday.
Yeah. Come here to Chicago, make some extra money, man.
Build the root cellar. Help Philip build the root cellar, man, for storing food.
Yeah, we'll put it underneath the shed. Yeah, I plan on going back. I was planning on going back September 30th, but if they keep raising the prices of fucking cigarettes here, man, I might leave in August, man. I might not wait till September. They're killing us with taxes. They're killing us with taxes. You know, I think we got it bad. I know you guys got it worse, but you know, it's getting bad here too. But I think Trump's gonna wipe out all that shit eventually, man. It just takes time. He hasn't even been in 100 days yet. So
yeah.
I mean, he's got Elon Musk getting rid of all the wasteful spending. And
Brought
shit.
3 hectares, though.
What's that? 3 hectares.
I said I've done my prepping in the Philippines. I brought 3 hectares over here.
Yeah, when you got there, how's everything? Everything all right? I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything from you when you got to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Everything was okay?
Shit, yeah.
Is your sister-in-law
still? Well, I'm going up to the top level.
Is your sister-in-law still single?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna fly in from Vietnam in the Mac 10, and then I'm gonna
drop out, man.
Okay, then I'll head down to Mindanao.
Take care, Nathan. Yeah, it's smart, Nathan. For any country you're in to grow food, grow food, and you can build up the well in the block of land. You can build up the well or storage sheds. You can invest money into the stock market, and it can all just disappear overnight. But what's your channel called now again?
Oh, my channel?
No, Nathan's channel. I can't remember. It was H Huckabacka B or something, or Nathan, or
it's Chuck and Nathan Bigfoot.
What is it? Chuckanese, like CH? I'll write this down.
I'll comment on the thing and then.
Chuck and Nathan.
And I'll go back down into YouTube because the wife, just signal up top.
You're breaking up.
Not so get my channel.
Yeah, I heard you got to leave, but you're breaking up a little bit there.
I dropped out. He said he would drop out. Yeah,
he was in a mall.
And it's Belly channel, like CH something, or
it's Chaka, like CHAKA, Chaka Nathan Bigfoot.
All right, yeah. I'm probably subscribed to him, but I've got that many channels. He hasn't popped up. Like I've got like about 500 or 600 channels I'm subscribed to now. So I mean, it's hard for all these little channels to pop up. So I might even already be subscribed, but I'll just go click on his channel again and get it up. And I think Nathan was probably talking about his garden growing food or something, maybe. You know, saying check out his channel. But yeah, that doesn't matter what country. If you're in the USA, England, Europe, Australia, Vietnam, Thailand, Russia, China, it's smart for anyone who can to grow as much food in your gardens for if troublesome times come ahead down the road, you know. Yeah, it's very a smart idea.
I don't even know how to give somebody a spanner in here, man, because I haven't done this StreamYard in like 3 years. I just do straight YouTube shit. Everybody's saying Harriet's in the chat. I don't see Harriet in the fucking chat, man. Where's Harriet at, man?
Be careful if you give out them spanner things, because they could get access into your channel to do things and manipulate the options.
I only give it to people I trust, like Nathan. I would trust Nathan with a spanner, no problem.
Yeah. Nathan would be trustworthy.
But
Craig would be all right as long as he's not drinking.
I'm looking for all the things I can do here. You know, like on the regular YouTube channel, it's easy, but it doesn't say like anything for settings to give somebody a spanner or what. You know, oh, it must be on where they type in the chat on the 3 dots. You got the 3 dots. Let me see if you click on the 3 dots, what happens here. Yeah, you gotta no. It says delete comment, ban user, timeout. There's no way to put moderator in here because I don't have the fancy. I don't have the fancy StreamYard, the one you pay for. I think you gotta pay for it to do that. I could probably switch. I could probably open up YouTube and do it through YouTube, but you know, if I'm gonna stream, next time I do a stream just through YouTube, I can. I gave people wrenches before, but they were scaring away people because people were going to come in and troll me, Prepper, and I like the trolls coming in so I can fuck with them, right? And they see they see the wrench and automatically they just jump right out of the chat. They don't stay, you know. So it's better to have somebody trolling you stay because you're getting watch hours than it is to. And if they see a wrench, they get scared and they run, you know. So it's better not to have them see any wrenches, you know. If there's a bad comment or anything, I can delete it anyway. So, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on the chat pretty good, you know. Got private chat, banners, comments. That's about all you can do here. You know?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to start doing like regular YouTube lives and then I do like maybe one or two StreamYards a month, you know, because I get 20 hours free. So why not? You know? Now that I'm getting used to it again, you know.
I found this other good movie from this man in America. He was on this YouTube channel, and it's I'm just looking for it now if I can find it. Here, I found it. This is it. It's a good movie. It's an old one, black and white, but it's called Panic in Year Zero. It's an American movie in America. It's a family. They're going to go out fishing, and that's what it's called. Panic in Year Zero. You put the word zero, Z-E-R-O, and they're in California and they're going out fishing on the weekend or camping. It's made in 1962. The movie. It's black and white. It goes for only an hour and a half, 92 minutes. And as they're leaving I think California or whatever, the city, Los Angeles or whatever it is, as they're leaving out in the hillsides, they suddenly see a flash in the sky behind them, sort of thing. So they pull up and have a look, and they say, "What was that? Like lightning?" And then they look a bit more, and they see a mushroom cloud coming up over one of the cities, Los Angeles or whatever it is. And then they have to survive out in the hills. Where they're going fishing, they go into a little hardware store and they buy all this food and supplies, sugar, flour, canned food and guns. They get some guns and ammunition. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I found it off this old bloke on YouTube about maybe not just quite a year ago. He mentioned the name of it, and I looked it up and I bought the movie, and it's fantastic. I love it. Yeah, Panic in Year Zero. You look that up from 1962. You can probably watch it for free on YouTube. but I liked it that much. I decided to buy it. It was that good, eh?
I hope I'm back. Am I back?
There's someone that says half wit. Is that you've got your name down? Is that Phil? Half wit.
No, but can you hear me?
I can hear someone talking to me. Yeah, someone that's I can hear your voice, Phil.
Yeah, because I knocked myself out of the fucking chat. Wait a minute. Hang on. Don't leave. Don't leave. Okay. Wait a minute. Demo scene one. Let me put. Okay, I should be back now. Let's see.
Oh yeah. No, I'm getting mixed up with the comment. It says HAFWIT, halfwit. I thought that was yours because it's under
Because
your little profile picture
oh,
thing. But
the screen's so
it's
small. The screen's
yeah.
so small. I kicked myself out. What I gotta do? I gotta
Wonder.
go down to the bottom. I gotta go down to the bottom here and do this stop cam, so you'll be able to see me there. Now you can see me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's got your profile picture or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's dark. I got this. All I got is a solar light. Those Lucy lights, I'll tell you about the prepper. They're not real bright, but they last
Yeah.
about 12. If you leave them out in the sun all day, it's
Yeah.
like a Chinese lantern you blow up, and it's got a
Yeah.
solar patch on top. But they cost about $19. Sometimes you get them on sale for 15. This one's
Yeah.
4 years old and it's still going, man. It's enough for like I got it on low, and it's enough where I can see inside the 10 here, but it's not bright enough for you to see me. You know, I mean, it's like a more
Yeah.
like
Just gives you a dim light. Just
now
a
if you
dim
want
light.
now if you want a real bright light for like camping and or using a bright light, it's called EOODOO. It's like IOODOO. It's EODO on Amazon. It's about
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
bucks. About 12 bucks. You charge it with a USB charge, and that some bitch is good for like 2 days on high. I mean, really.
Wow. That's good. All right. Like for 2 days or whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, and you can also charge your phone off. It has like a power bank thing on it too, but then that's gonna
Yeah.
drain. That's gonna drain it faster. Then you know.
Yeah.
But that's just like camping supplies and shit. Like if I turn it on, like I'll turn it on right now. I got the other small one on, right? But I'll turn this on and then I'll take my avatar down. You'll see how bright this son of a bitch is. I mean, it's just fucking bright. It makes the tent glow like a fucking light bulb at night. Here, let me see. I'll take I'll open my camera and you'll see how bright it is. Look here.
Wow. That's bright, man.
Pretty damn bright, huh?
Yes. Very
Look at
bright.
look at that. That's
Stuff.
called
Hell.
$12. $12 you charge it. It's good for a couple of days, you know.
Yeah.
Shitter bucket. You gotta have a shitter bucket, man. You gotta have a coffee cup. You gotta have a power bank, you know.
Yeah. Have the old power bank or whatever they call them.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
we're gonna be outside for a while, like camping and shit. I always carry 2 power banks with me, both charged. I just had to plug
Oh
up.
yeah.
I just had to plug up now. I'm down to 20%. So I'm gonna shut
Oh,
that.
they'll keep you going for ages. Then power banks, eh? Keep charge up a couple of phones. You know.
Well, both of these are 5,000 milliamp power banks. You can get bigger ones, but this light. I mean, I just have to promote this light though because I mean for
When you
12 bucks.
fly on the aeroplane, some aeroplanes will only let you have up to 10,000 milliamp. I think if you have one that's 15,000, they won't let you take it on the plane. Certain airlines, I think I don't know if it's changed, but that's when I went to the Philippines in 2020. There was a limit of the power bank could only be about 10,000 milliamps, I think it was, or 11,000, 12,000. You couldn't get big ones like 15 or 20. You weren't allowed to bring them on the plane.
Yeah, that's why I carry 5,000s. So
Yeah, well, that
10,000.
probably, yeah, you
I
won't
keep
have any trouble in it.
I keep one in my backpack and one in my pocket of my hoodie when I'm on the plane. You know.
Yeah, they're good, eh? I bought one of them power banks with me to the Philippines when I went over there. I took one with me. So yeah,
I'll tell you what you'd like though. Spiritual is I was
yeah,
in NHA Trang, right? It's called the way they pronounce it is Nha Trang, right? It's on the coast halfway between Saigon and Hanoi, right? And so
yeah,
the weather there, the first time I was there, it was pretty freaking hot, but this time the weather was perfect, man. And I had, like I said, I was paying for a 5-star hotel with a swimming pool on the roof. I got the video on my channel. It's called the Sochi Hotel Review, and I was only
Yeah,
paying like $350 a month, and I could walk down to the beach. I got one beach walk where I'm walking. It's only like 5 minutes long, and nobody watches the freaking video. I said, what the fuck? I go, then they
Well,
tell me make videos, but then they don't watch them. I'll do a short. I'll do a short at the pub. I did a short with the motorcycles out there Saturday night when I was at the pub. Right, the DJ started. I stayed for about an hour, and I can't take the loud music that long, you know. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm leaving." I walked out, showed the motorcycles, and I got 2,500 views on a short, like within 10 minutes, and then it stopped. Dude, it got up to about 2,600. You know.
yeah. Well, I saw. I don't know if I saw a video from you. I don't know if it was in Vietnam or might have been in the Philippines. It might have been in the Philippines, and it was just a little motel you did. It was just this, like a little sort of a backpackery type motel, and
Yeah, that's
uh,
the Z Hostel in Makati.
yeah, that was good. That was a great little video. You talked to the staff and told them how they're nice and friendly, and you gave a good plug for the motel. That was a good little video. I watched that. I really enjoyed that. That was a great video.
You
I'll
can
have to watch that other one you're talking about.
I showed
The big,
I showed what the hostel room looks like, but you can get a private room there. If you want a private room, you can rent a private room there. Just costs you a little more money. That's all. I was
yeah,
staying
but
in.
that was a great video. How you explained it. That was really good. You
Well,
told about the staff.
what I like about that place is they got the rooftop bar.
Yeah, I
So
remember that. Something up in that little
during the
rooftop
week,
bar there.
during the week, the guests use it, but then Friday and Saturday night, everybody in Makati comes to that rooftop bar, man. Everybody comes there. There's
Yeah.
hundreds of people showing up, man. And it's not
Oh,
that
that was
expensive. It's not that expensive. I mean, you can stay there for about $130 a week with breakfast. That's not bad. You know?
yeah, man. I think you said it was a nice place, friendly staff. It was a nice place to stay. You know, it's nice.
Yeah,
So that's good.
they'll
And it was
look
a
at
cheaper option, which is good. Not everyone's loaded with tons of cash, or even if they are loaded with cash, some people just want to save anyway and be frugal anyway.
well, I could have stayed at the Red Planet in a solo room for the same price without breakfast, right? Which was right around the corner there, the Red Planet. But I mean, you're not going to meet anybody there, you know? At the place where I stayed at, there's all kinds of European backpackers.
Yeah, you're meeting heaps of people, mingling all the because it's like and up on the rooftop bar, and because it's like a backpacker place, you're going to meet heaps of people and say hello, hey, you know.
And since you stay in a mixed dorm, you got half naked Danish chicks running around in the room, too, you know?
Yeah, there's I think Renegade, he was over in the Philippines not too long ago. He was over there and he did the odd little live stream. He was on the JLB channel called Renegade. He used to be one of the main people.
Yeah, his real name's what? Simon, I think. Simon or something.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I won't say much any other part of his name, but yeah.
I can't understand how he had that beautiful girlfriend up in Baguio, and then he fucked around.
Yeah,
and he lost her because he was fucking around on her, man. That makes no sense, man.
yeah, that nice curly haired lady. But like I was saying, that I think in the not too distant future, the world's going to change where it's not going to be easy anymore to travel to the Philippines. Like some of these people that go over there looking for girlfriends and that meet up. Some might just meet one girlfriend, or some might meet up a few on their stay and move around a bit. But I think that may end up coming to a type of an end in the not too distant future.
It's already
it'll
started.
be.
It's already
Watch
started.
that.
You know what? You know how you used to go on a tourist visa, and then you just go get an extension, and they'd ask you, well, why do you want an extension? And you say, oh, well, because I just want to see something else, right? You know, now they really ask you, why are you wanting to stay, right? That one guy that was there that got deported, like Barry J is getting deported, right? Because he's married, or he's living with a married Filipina that he bought a house for. And what's his excuse? I want to stay here for what? Because I'm living with a Filipina. It's not a tourist anymore. So you're going to have to get that SRRV, which costs about $3,000. Because if you're ex-military, because you put 1,500 in their bank, and it costs about 1,500 to get it processed, and then you're a resident. Okay, and then I think you only pay like $10 a year after that. But that tourist visa extension, that shit's ending now. They're already started that, man. See?
Yeah, well, that's why I've said to some people that this all could become a lot harder it'll nearly dry up where only very rich or people maybe or might be able to go there. So I've said to people, I said, look, if you still want to go one day and live in the Philippines with the beautiful coconut trees and banana trees and beaches and live there, you may have to consider to marry a lady, and there'll be no more running around from girlfriend to girlfriend. That'll all be over. You'll have to actually marry someone
Yeah, either
and
that or
get a block of land. Hey?
either that or you're going to have to get that special resident retirement visa. You're going to have to get that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And you've got to be over a certain age for that. But I'm just saying a lot of them people are just chasing girlfriends. That can all come to an end. I think it's all gonna come to a virtual end only for a select group of very rich, well-connected people. For a lot of other people, it's going to start to dry up. But so that's what I'm saying. You should go and meet a nice Filipino lady and get married. Do the right thing, get married, and get a block of land, like buy a block, 3 acres, like Nathan's done, and get their family, if their family are into that stuff, a nice rural girl who their family know how to grow a lot of food, and then you could just go there and retire there one day, build a little hollow block house or a nipa hut, and you could go and live there with the family. And instead of investing your money in the stock market, you could invest in.
I already got Vietnam hooked up. I got two 27-year-olds in Vietnam that are interested and they want to get married. So if you marry in Vietnam, you're good. You're good for a 3-year temporary resident visa.
Yeah, well, there's some, there's some risk in getting married and all that. But another one is if you just go out of your way to pick the most prettiest girl you can get, you judge her just on her outside appearance only. You're just looking for the prettiest looking Philippine girl, like the beauty model. Well, then, and you're 80, 70-year-old and she's only 20-year-old or whatever. That might not be the greatest life.
That's not.
Don't judge them just on their looks. Don't judge them just on their looks. Find out about them. If they're a nice lady in the Vietnam, she's a good country girl. Their family love farming. You could invest into their farm, build up their wells, their storage sheds, make good, strong concrete storage sheds with good roofs that don't leak for putting corn in or rice storage. They build them up bigger so they can have them bigger for their farmland. Then more than just for your family, you could help local people out in your area around the village. You could help them, and then.
I'm not invested in anything. The thing I will do is if I get married to them, if they live with me for over a year and I die, they get half of my pension for the rest of their fucking life. So they'll be well to do after I kick the bucket. That's it.
Yeah, and there is some risk in that, doing what I'm saying. But the guys who are just going over there chasing girlfriends, it may come to an end. It may start to dry up soon, and you won't be able to go there anymore. If you're married, you will be able to. You'll be with your wife. They'll have to trade off meeting multiple girlfriends and just get one lady, marry one good Filipino or one good Vietnamese lady. I'd look at ones not just living in the city. I'd look at ones that have a farm. Their family have small, good farms. They're self-sufficient virtually in the rural area a bit. You can still get a condo in the city there with her, but you'd want to have a backup. If things get tough or hard, you could go out in the rural area with your family. And I'd learn the language. I'd start to learn the language, become like them. I'd become like a Vietnamese person, start to become like a Vietnamese or a Filipino, learn the language.
Here's the main phrase you need to learn when you get to Vietnam. You need to learn to say, An Muan Liam Lon M, right? An Muan Liam Lon M. That means I want to lick your pussy, baby.
An Muan Liam Lam.
An Muan Liam Lon. Like in the Philippines, it's Dilan Tilapia, right? Dilan Tilapia, because the fish, right? Dilan.
Yeah.
I mean, lick your pussy, but no, I mean, I always learn when I'm in the country. I always learn like a phrase a day,
Yeah.
Just learn one phrase. You don't overdo it. Just learn one phrase. Like really, the most important thing there is learn how to say "xin chao," which is hello. Learn how to say "come on," which is like thank you, right? And then if you want to you ever heard that band Thin Lizzy? They have that song, the cowboy song. That's how I remember how to say hello, good morning. You say chow boy song, right? Chow boy song. Hello, good morning, right? And then if you want to say hello, good evening, the ladies, they got to have their boy toys, right? So you say chow boy toy, right? Chow boy toy. That means hello, good evening, right?
Yeah.
So you use word association and learn a phrase a day, like toy moon mua mot Pepsi Kong Duong. That means I want to buy one sugar-free Pepsi. You know, just learn shit that you need. You don't need to learn the
No,
language all the way. You know.
no, but they'll accept you more if you've learnt even the basics. What you're doing, you'll be more accepted. If a major war breaks out or something like that, and you're over there on a little block of land, if you can speak a little bit of their language, a little bit, just the basics like good morning, hi, and thank you, and things like that, that will buy credibility with you to accept you more there as a person who's trying to become like a local. They'll be more accepting of you if you can speak a bit of their basic language. That'll definitely give you some credibility in any
Yeah,
country around the
yeah,
world.
yeah. People don't understand, Prepper, that like you go to a foreign country and you expect them all to speak English, right? Okay,
Yeah,
that's Americans. I don't know about Australians, but Americans, oh, you need to speak English. No, you need to learn a little bit because if they see you're trying to learn their language and you're trying to
yeah,
pronounce everything properly, and they actually see you sitting there practicing and shit, right? How to say this phrase properly, right? So you're not saying
yeah,
lick my
yeah.
balls instead of whatever, right? I mean, and they see you doing that, then they'll speak English to you because a lot of them they speak English, but they don't want you to know they speak English. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I was
yeah,
sitting there talking with a British guy on the front terrace, and this guy that hawks for the massage parlor next door to the hotel where I was at, he's
yeah.
walking by, and I was telling the British guy, I go, "That's all that skinny motherfucker does all day," and he said, "What did you say?" I said, I was talking about somebody else, man. I wasn't talking about you, right? And he went, but see, they act like they don't speak in English, and then they know it. You know what I mean? But if they
Yeah,
see that you're trying, they will speak English with you. You know,
yeah, yeah,
most of the people under 30 and 40, they don't even remember the friggin' war. To them, that's ancient history, man. They got to have a museum to remember. They love Americans over there, man, because they know you're gonna
yeah,
spend money. They know you're gonna spend money. You know, that's the thing. There was
yeah,
the hotel where I was at, Prepper. There was two Aussies in that hotel. There was this young kid. He was only 23 from South Africa. There was this Russian guy about 25. He worked IT. He was staying, and this Brit guy, his name's Mark. Man, that guy was going to massage parlors 4 times a day. I go, what the hell's wrong with you, man? I go to the pharmacist and talk to the young girl there. I go, did you see my friend? And she go, oh, you mean the one that buys Camagra? They don't sell Viagra. It's against the law in Vietnam. They won't let Pfizer in there, right? So
yeah,
they sell the Indian version. It's called Camagra. He goes there and buys packet after packet of that shit, like 4 tabs, and she recognizes him because she knows who I'm talking about because he buys. She calls it Viagra too, but it's not. It's Camagra, right? But
yeah,
I'd say, have you seen my friend today? She says, oh no, he didn't come today. You know, right? But a little cute little girl working at the pharmacy, but she recognizes him because of that, because he's there every fucking other day buying it. You know.
yeah,
And see, that's what's good about Vietnam too. Like, I was about a month late on fixing my upper grill, right, my teeth, because he went to the dentist. I didn't know he had dentures, and he had already had dentures, but he just went to get another pair and have them fitted right. And
yeah,
they only charged him. He had the titanium frame with the porcelain, the good teeth, right, the porcelain teeth put in. He had to yank them motherfuckers out to get them out of his mouth. He had no polydent, none of that shit. He had to yank them out. And I go, where'd you get those at? And it said V Dental in Nha Trang, right? And so I
yeah,
went there. I went there, and he said, but I got to pull like 4 upper teeth of yours. He says, you got to wait for the swelling to go down. And I had my flight leaving, so I couldn't get it done. So when I go back, that's the first place I'm fucking going to, man. Because with the teeth pulling and making the dentures and the x-rays, it's going to be under $500, man.
Oh, so it is cheap there. Yeah, I heard there's a YouTube video. You might remember that guy in the Philippines. The every man has a story. You know that man, he passed away, called
Yeah,
Mark, I think his
yeah,
name.
yeah, he's from the States. He's from the state.
Yeah,
But
well, he had a man there, an Australian man on his one of his interviews. He was a prison guard, an Australian prison guard. You know, he worked in the prisons, and that Australian man went to the dentist in Australia and said, "Oh, how much would it be to fix my teeth up?" And they told him, "It'll cost you 53,000 Australian dollars. That's probably like about 30,000 American or something
yeah,
like that, right?"
that's what they charge here, about 38,000 for a full mouth, right? But I just need the uppers done, because I had the
Yeah,
wisdom
but
teeth in the military coming in, and they pushed my teeth together, and they fucked everything up, and then they started rotting. So
yeah. Well, this this man was told it would cost him 53,000 Australian dollars. That's not peso, not Philippine peso. That's yeah. And then so he said, "Oh, well, can you do any better than that? Can you do a bit of a discount?" And they said, "Oh, we can do it for 52,000." In Australia, that can buy you a reasonable car, like a 52,000 can buy you a whole car. But what he did was he got a recommendation off a friend of his to go to the Philippines in Manila. I'm not sure if it's St. Paul's Dentist Service or something like that. He might name it in the video. And he went there and he got it done for about 10,000 Australian dollars instead of 53,000. He paid about 10,000. Might have been 9,000, but it just say rounded off to 10,000, and that included a little motel room, 2 or 3 days in a motel room. And the taxi would pick him up. A little van or bus, minibus would pick him up and take him to the dentist that day and take him back home. That included his accommodation for about 10,000. Right?
That's those implants, though, right? That's getting the actual post.
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you one thing.
For that price, that's what it is. But in Vietnam, you can get the whole mouth done for that, like for about 8,000 USD. But why would you do it? Well, why would you do it when they can make the really good false teeth with the platinum, the titanium frame, and the porcelain teeth for under 500, and it fits so tight? He had no polydent or none of that shit. Or he had to yank them out to get them out. That's how tight they fit. He said, he's from the UK, and he says, I've never had the NHS make me a pair of teeth that fit this fucking good, man. So that shows you how good the dentists are in Vietnam, you know. They're that good.
Yeah. Well, like you're saying, you might be better off to keep most of your good teeth and only just get the few bad ones removed. But what I heard, I did a bit of research on this in the last 2 years, right? I did a reasonable amount of research, and there's probably a certain number of options, but one of the options, it's called all on four.
Yeah, all on four.
Yeah, that's one of the options, right? That means that all your teeth will be held on. Your top set of teeth, if you get the whole top set done, your top teeth, it'll be one big piece. It's just one piece of teeth around, horseshoe shape set up, and it'll have four screws. So all on four. But the thing is with them, you can't clean them properly. Like you can brush your teeth, but once a year, you've got to go back to the dentist to get expensive. They've got to undo the screws and clean out all up in behind. They clean them properly, then put them back in once a year, right? So the dentists love that system because they make more money out of you. Yeah, but this other system, the other system called 3 on 6. It's called 3 on 6. And this one, you don't have to go to the dentist once a year. You can use floss or whatever and clean them yourself. What it means is you'll have 3, instead of one piece, you'll have 3 pieces, like 2 on the side and 1 at the front. So they all look well together, like it's one, natural set of teeth, but they're on 6 screws. So each of them 3 pieces will have 2 screws. So it's called 3 on 6. And from what I've heard, I'm not saying that no one should get the all on 4, but you're going to go back every year for expensive treatment. And if you, not expensive, but it costs a fair bit to get them undone, the screws, and washed properly, then they put them back in for you. You don't have to do that with the 3 on 6. That's called 3 on 6. Yeah, and that's the one where you can do it yourself. Eh?
They have an all on 4 snap in too, which is you got the 4 posts and they snap over the post with like rubber grommets. Okay, but then about every 3-4 years you got to go have the grommets replaced. So you're just better.
Yeah.
To me, I figure, what the fuck? I'm old. It's better.
Keep as much of your teeth.
Well, the only reason I didn't want to get the pegs is because if I can get the false teeth and they're that freaking good, they're titanium frame with porcelain in the front, and they can make them dingy looking so they match your other teeth, right? I mean,
that's with no screws, is it? That's with no screws. It just clicks in.
It's does a suction over your gum, and it sticks in there, right?
Yeah, well, that might be good. That might be a better one because then you're not screwing into the jaw.
And you can pull them out and brush them and do what the hell.
Yeah.
And since it's got the titanium frame with the porcelain, it's the best false teeth you can get. It's the titanium frame with the porcelain, right? So he asked us, "You got any trouble biting into an apple or anything?" He said, "No, man, I bite right in the fucking. They don't come loose, man." Because he said the other ones that he got in the UK did. He said they're always falling out. He said the ones he got made in Vietnam, he said that dentist was so fucking good, he fit them perfect. He said there's no way they'll fall
That
out.
sounds like a good option. What you're doing then, you can
Yeah,
even get a backup if they're not too dear. You could
yeah.
get a backup pair, mate. Get two pairs, mate. Get one and another identical pair while he's making them. You might just say how much more if you get two made up for me now, and I'll have a spare pair like a spare tire,
Yeah,
so that
'cause
if
the only way they're
yeah
gonna break, the only way they're gonna break those if you lay them in the street and a truck runs over them because they're made out of a titanium frame, titanium. So
and you can easily pull them out yourself carefully and clean them up underneath everywhere and put them back in, click them in whenever you want.
yeah, but the way he pulled them out, I was looking at him. I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "What do you got holding them teeth?" And he goes, "Nothing." He said he just fitted them so good, the suction
Yeah,
holds it in. He said you don't need no poly dent, you don't need none of that shit. You just pop them in, and then it's like a bitch to pull them back out. You pull them back
you'll
out. And
go to the same place and try to get the exact same
yeah, it's just
dentist there.
I went there. I went there, but he told me that my gums wouldn't heal enough from the teeth that he had to pull to put it in on the top, that they wouldn't heal
Yeah,
enough in the time because I was leaving on the third. He said you have to be like a month after you get them pulled to be able to put that in, right? So it
yeah,
fits.
yeah, yeah.
He did. If he put it in right away, it would have ended up being loose because your gums are swelled up from the teeth being pulled. So it would have ended up being loose, so they'd have been falling out all the time. So it's
Yeah, well,
better.
one
Wait, I go back. That's the first place. It's called V, like Victory V Dental in Nha Trang,
yeah,
Nha Trang, Vietnam.
yeah,
For
well,
less
there
than
you go.
$500 with the teeth pulled in, the thing and everything. And he's gonna do a crown too. He's gonna do a crown on the bottom for me too, for $500.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because back in America or in Australia or England, it'd probably cost you a lot of money, way more,
But
10 times or.
it's like 38,000 USD here. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But you're not paying that much in Vietnam. It's cheaper. You're saying $500 or something
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah. That's not the all on four post though. But I mean, in Vietnam, you can get.
No, that doesn't matter.
But I
You,
mean, you can get them for about probably one fifth of the prices it costs in the United States.
well, from what I found out, in if you can do so, if you're ever going to do it, I'm not saying to do it. It sounds better what you're saying. I'd be seriously just considering what you're saying. Just do that. Don't worry about getting any drilling like all on four or 3 on 6. But if you were going to do it, that's what I heard in all the research. I watched lots of videos, and they said a lot of the dentists will like to get you to do the all on four because every year you'll have to come back once a year to get expensive cleaning done where they'll get you in your chair, they're going to unbolt it, pull them out and scrub up
Well,
under there.
well,
You
that's
can't do that yourself at home. You can't do that at home. But the 3 on 6, you don't have to do that expensive cleaning setup, what they're talking about, where you have to go in there once a year. You don't have to do it. You can, with the 3 on 6, you can do all the cleaning yourself. You don't have to go back. So
well,
that's a better system. Yeah.
with his false teeth that he got in the UK, right?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
always loose. They were always loose, and they did that because they wanted him to keep coming back in for a fitting to get a new pair, right? Now that he
Yeah.
got
That's right. They want to make money out of you.
now that he got to Vietnam, he couldn't believe how good they fit. And they said, I never had a set of teeth because he already had dentures. I didn't know he had them. But he said, I've never had a set of teeth like this from the UK. He said, these guys are way better than the UK, man. He said, either that or
I should get the, maybe if you remember, you could post it in your community, the name, when you find out the proper name of that address in Vietnam, you could post
it's
it maybe, but
V
the
like
name of the dentist.
it's real simple. V like in victory, V dental in Nha Trang, Vietnam. You know, V like victory, V dental is the name of the place.
I'll write it down. Wait there. What was the name of the actual city or whatever? Wait there.
NHATRANG. That's where all the Russians stay at. That's where we had the US,
What is it? What is it?
NHA.
NHA?
Yeah, NHA and then TRANG. Not Trent.
TRANG?
Yeah.
And what's it called? Victory Dental or V
No,
Dental or?
just a straight up V, like Vietnamese V dental, right?
All
And
right. I'll might
you
look
can get
them.
an you can get an upper plate that'll fit perfect there for like less than $500, man. Depends on how many
Yeah. Well,
teeth you gotta have pulled if it's gonna cost any more. The only
keep
thing
that
is,
in consideration to get a second pair made while you're there. You know, to say, hey, how much would it cost me extra to get a backup pair? And you can keep them in a little strong metal box or something like, with a bit of cloth padding them, and just keep them away. So one day, if your teeth, if you ever something goes wrong or they get a bit worn, or you can just click a new set in.
well, these are
I
the
was
best.
going
These are the best kind. Like in the United States, if you get these kind of false teeth, they cost you about $5,000 probably to get these.
yeah, because my teeth, I chipped mine of my front teeth about a year or 2 years ago. What over 10 years ago, I started to notice that my top teeth, at the bottom of my top teeth, they started to become transparent. You could sort of see through it a bit, a little thin line.
Yeah.
And what I think had happened is over many years, instead of my top teeth coming straight down and touching on my bottom teeth, the top teeth were going slightly a bit forward, rubbing down the front of the bottom teeth. So that because they were rubbed.
It's called bruxism. They'll also make you that thing too. It's like a footballer wears, like a mouthpiece. That's so when
Yeah.
you sleep at night, you pop that in if you're gonna leave your teeth in, and it keeps you from grinding your teeth together. They'll make that cheap.
Yeah. But I wasn't grinding them. What happened is, instead of your teeth coming down perfect, your top ones, and hitting the top of your bottom teeth like in line, my top teeth were a little bit forward. If you look at my face, they were a little bit forward, just slightly. So instead of hitting the top of the bottom teeth, they would hit the front of them a bit on the front edge and slide down a little bit. And that's what wore them. It wore them thin. It kept just the tip of the teeth, grinding like a pig's tusk or whatever, the tusks of a pig that keep them sharp.
Well, because of my Indian blood in me, I got bruxism anyway. So when I'm sleeping at night, I'm grinding my teeth all the time anyway. So it's better for me when I get the teeth.
Yeah.
It's called a bit. They'll make you a bit.
Yeah. Like a bit. Yeah, I don't have that problem grinding, and mine were just, my teeth were not lined up. The front teeth, the top teeth were just slightly a bit forward compared to the bottom teeth, and then the tip of the teeth weren't hitting each other directly. The top teeth were rubbing down the front of the tooth a bit. And another tooth, I got a tooth taken out about 5 years ago, and I said, I'll get rid of that tooth now. And it was my baby tooth. I'd had it all these years. The second tooth was stuck up higher in the gum and didn't drop down. It couldn't drop down because the baby tooth was still there after like about 50 years, man, So they pulled it out, but then the other tooth didn't grow down. It's still sitting there just up higher, because maybe if I was younger, it might come down. But then he said, we can put something on it to cause it to grow down, like a stretchy rubber band. But I thought, look, it didn't work the first time, what you said to me. So I don't know if I want to get some stretchy rubber band and then they said, if that don't work, if it doesn't grow down, we can put glue a tooth onto it to have a tooth in that space. But I've just left a gap there. I don't care, man. Well, if one day you live in the Philippines, if they think you're a bit poorer and your teeth aren't great, they might not want to rob you as much or something, or
In a couple of years from now, the Japanese come up with this thing that blocks an enzyme in your body, and you could actually regrow teeth. So in a couple of years, people that don't have any teeth can regrow their actual teeth back. It blocks this like a protein or something in your body that keeps you from regrowing your teeth. And they figured out what is it. It's in a testing stage right now, but eventually you'll be able to just grow your teeth back. That's going to fuck over a lot of dentists, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, but with your teeth, because your teeth might not be totally perfect, that could give you an edge over. You might be more accepted by local people in them poorer countries where they have a tooth missing here or there, but you might be accepted. That may actually give you a bit more credibility. It may be an advantage to you.
In Vietnam, having fucked up teeth is a sign of you being well. Same thing in Japan. The women go to get their teeth made crooked. That's part of the.
I never knew that.
They go to make their teeth crooked, and they go to get their feet real tiny. That's their beauty routine.
I've heard of stuff like that, binding, foot binding, and that. Yeah, but well, that's that could be an advantage.
But can you imagine going to the dentist to have them fuck your teeth up to make them look crooked? Because that's like a sign of beauty, that you got.
Yeah, but that could give you credibility, man. Like, or that's I'm not going to rob this guy. He doesn't look like he'll have much money, this Westerner, because if your teeth are a bit, not perfect. But if you're a person with these perfectly glistening white teeth, they're in perfect shape, they might think, this guy's got a lot of money. It might be worth trying to rob him. You know what I mean? Like, so that it could give you a lot of advantages just to leave your teeth as they are. Just if you're happy, don't worry about it. But if you're going to get something done, that place you're talking about sounds like excellent. They're not drilling into your gums or nothing.
Yeah,
That sounds fantastic.
you don't have to have any bone drilling and none of that stuff done. They just they measure your mouth. They do the X-rays. They do like a 3D thing of what it's going to be like. Then they make your
Yeah.
teeth. You just pop right in, and it only takes a couple days for them to make the freaking teeth. So I mean.
Well, keep in consideration to ask them if they think it would be worth you getting a spare one. You know what I mean? Because just say the economy changes and something happens and that dentist moves to another city or just gets out of work, he retires and shuts it down. I'm not saying there won't be another one, but I'm just saying just in case in that area where you're living or staying in the Vietnam, maybe for some reason you can't get access to that dentist or suddenly there's that many foreign tourists coming over, it puts the price up way up in 5 years from now, way up. Ask them if it's worth getting another pair made for you while you're there, because then if you come back 5 years later, you've got to pay all the initial costs for this, that, and initial X-rays and checking. But if you do it there, they might just say, we'll give you another pair and just for not too dear of a price, where for 2,500. Yeah.
Just for the teeth alone. Just for the teeth alone is like $300. So if you wanted an extra pair, it costs you $300.
Yeah. But then you won't pay that extra 200 if you were to come back 5 years later. Pay like 500. You'll just get because they don't have to do all that extra X-rays and that they've already all done that for you.
Just to be honest with you, I've been to Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, out of all the countries, and I'm not, I'm just going to be honest, right? Philippines is cheaper than Australia, right? Thailand is cheaper than Australia. Cambodia is cheaper, but Vietnam, 1/5 the price in the United States. Everything is 1/5 the price. I'm telling you, it's the cheapest country. So if you're on a meager pension, you can live really good in Vietnam. The only thing is there's like one city there that has a real easy visa thing. That's Da Nang, and they got a Lin visa there where you can go there and pay them $160, and that pays for the bus ride, that pays for your Vietnam visa, and it pays for your Laotian visa, right? For Laos, right? And the bus takes you straight to Laos. It's a 12-hour trip, all total, there and back. So in 12 hours, you go to the border, you walk across, they stamp your passport, you come back in, and you're good for another 90 days. And that costs you 160. So take 160 times 3, and that's what it's going to cost you to stay there for a year, right?
What about that Da Lat? Have you ever been up to that Da Lat?
Oh, that's where I stay most of the time until this last trip. This last trip, I stayed mostly in Nha Trang. But
Because I saw some American guy, and he said that in Da Lat, in summertime, you don't really need air conditioning because it's higher up elevation. It's higher up like a mountain. It's a bit cooler. You just might need a little fan or maybe. And wintertime, it's not too cool. You might just need a little blanket or a sheet. That sounds beautiful.
In the wintertime, I stayed there properly. In the wintertime, it gets down to like 50 degrees. So they actually give you a quilt when you're sleeping at night. You need to get a quilt. If you go out walking around, you need a hoodie. You got to wear a hoodie up there. But in the summertime, it's maybe get down to 60 degrees at night. So you still need a blanket. But in the daytime, the highest it gets is maybe in the wintertime, maybe 75 degrees, which is what, 20, 21, 22 Celsius, So it's perfect.
Yeah, and
it's perfect weather year round,
I looked up on Google Earth that Da Lat, the city, and when I zoomed down closer to look closer, it's got all these like square fields around it where they must be growing lots of good quality vegetables and that, and fruit and veggies around.
It's all greenhouses. It's all greenhouses because
Yeah. Well, so in other words, what's the food taste like? The fresh vegetables in the cafes and restaurants, it'd probably be fantastic, like locally grown.
It is. I was paying for a whole dragon fruit. Cut up, sliced up for me, and they put it on the styrofoam thing, after they slice it up, wrap it in the cellophane to take back to my room for like breakfast. A whole dragon fruit. I was paying, actually, sometimes if they're small, he'd cut 2 and put them on there. And it was like 80 cents for like that much dragon fruit. You know, and
Be good if you met a nice. Be good if you met a nice lady up there who had a farm, and you
well,
one day got married to a nice local lady
I
from
could,
Darlat.
I could walk around the corner in Nha Trang, and I call him the pimp juice man because his brother's the pimp there, right? But you can go there and get an avocado smoothie. I'm talking about a 20-ounce big one, right? A
Yeah.
big, large avocado smoothie for 80 cents. How the hell can you beat that, man? You can't, you're going to
If,
pay $8 for that in Australia, right? Eight to
if,
ten
if,
bucks.
yeah, you'd pay a lot of money. If ever a war broke out, like a major war that affected parts of the world, if you were living in Darlat, would it be reasonably self sufficient? Like the people, there's that much food grown that most of the people would be okay up there. There
Oh
wouldn't be too
yeah,
bad.
all the most of the vegetables in Vietnam is like it's like Baguio in the Philippines. Most of the vegetables in Vietnam are grown up there in the mountains, and the coffee. That's where they grow all their coffee that they export too. The Dalat coffee, man. That's
Do they make in Australia? They make that Vietnamese coffee where they have the coffee and they put that condensed milk in, that sweetened
yeah,
condensed milk. Do they make that up there in Darlat?
yeah. You get it all over Vietnam. It's called Cafe Suada. They
It's
get I
delicious, is it? They make
oh,
it like iced coffees.
yeah, but I get it with I get it with the regular milk though, because I got sugar. So I don't want all that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'll take a
yeah.
smoothie with a little bit of condensed milk in it though. But I mean, I ate good over there. I lost weight while I was there, but I was eating good food. That's why. But I also made a couple videos where I ordered McDonald's delivered to my hotel. And I said real Vietnamese food. And the people go, "This real Vietnamese food?" I go, "Yeah, because it was made in Vietnam, right?" I go, "It's Vietnamese food,
Yeah,
right?"
but when I was in the Philippines, I went to this Pizza Hut, and it tasted better than when I was in Australia. And that
Mhm.
could be because the vegetables are grown so locally. That one up in Darlat, if they're growing some of the pickles or tomatoes or lettuce up in Darlat, if they're growing it locally, it might taste even a little bit nicer than what you'd get in McDonald's in Australia or in America. The
Yeah, they
vegetable,
got
the salad,
there's
yeah,
an Aussie guy there. It's called Aussie Burger. It's up in the
yeah,
lot, and he's expensive. It costs about probably $6 for a hamburger. You know,
yeah, yeah.
that's expensive for Vietnam, right? You can get a
But
regular
does it taste
hamburger.
really nice because the
Oh
salad is directly from Darlat?
yeah, well
Good flavour.
he's using Australian beef and he's using their vegetables. It's called Aussie Burger. It's
Yeah, so
right in downtown Deloc.
yeah, well, that'd be cool if you could get a place to live up there, like locally, but get married one day. It's up to you. That's your business. But
Well,
you know,
that's where those two women are from that I know. The 27-year-old. They're both.
yeah,
I paid for a taxi cab. It's only a 4-hour drive. I paid about $50 for a taxi to bring her down to Nha Trang to stay with me for a couple weeks, and I gave her a ride back in a taxi cab. Right.
yeah, it's cool, man. That's
She's
good, man.
That's another thing about the hotels in Vietnam too. You get a hotel room, and you want to bring a lady back to your room with you. They don't say
Yeah,
shit to you. They don't say nothing. In the Philippines, they want to see her fucking ID. They want to see this. In the Vietnam,
yeah,
you walk in the hotel and go right in. They don't bother you, man. They don't bother you.
yeah.
Just don't get caught with a married woman. That's the thing.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Um,
what I like about the beach in Nha Trang, but there's a lot of Russians there. You got to remember that because we had a Navy base there, and after the war, the Russians took it over and they had it, right? So
yeah,
I call it the KGB retirement village because everything is written in English, Vietnamese, and Russian. They
uh,
even a lot of Russians that have businesses there, right? So
yeah,
like I went to this Ukrainian Russian restaurant that I posted a video on, and they got borscht, they got all that stuff. I made a joke. I said maybe Putin and Zelensky should come here and have borscht together and talk it over because you got
ah,
you got the Ukrainians and the Russians all going to that restaurant to eat, right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And the food's good for $3. You can get a good meal there for $3, man. You get like
yeah.
a meatloaf with a big portion of mashed potatoes and a huge pile of coleslaw with tomatoes in it and stuff, right? For $3.
You get gravy? Do you get
So
gravy? They make gravy with the meatloaf and mashed potato.
no, well, with the meatloaf mashed potatoes, but if you get the chicken, which is a little bit more, it's about 4.5. You get the chicken cutlets, they pour the gravy over the chicken cutlets.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
So I mean, I can walk 2 blocks from my hotel and get cheap food. If you live in Da Nang where you do that visa, see where I'm at, if you want to do a visa run, what I usually do, I fly to the Philippines for a month and then I come back, right? Because you can only stay 90 days, right? But this
Yeah.
guy, he's got a channel. It's called Will Travels with a Z, right?
Yeah.
And he lives in Dalat. I said, I don't live in Vietnam. I said, I'm not an expat. I'm a fucking snowbird. I go there when it's cold. Where I live at,
But
I go there.
you've established some expat friends in the Dalit, American or
Oh
Australian or British.
I got all kinds of friends. I got a lot of Vietnamese friends. I got one. I won't say who, but another YouTuber went there. One that's always donating to people in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he got to Saigon and he got like travel shock. He was lost. He was going fucking nuts. He goes, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here because he rented the wrong hotel. He was in the high rent district where there's
Yeah.
you got to walk across the highway to get to everything, and there was nothing there. And I sent my Vietnamese friend. He's about 36. I sent him there. He speaks perfect English. I sent him there to hook up this guy with the Grab app, with his
Yeah.
banking apps and everything, setting them up. I sent my friend over there. Luckily, that was his day off, and I mean that's the guy that I met in the lot. That we used to go out and he'd hook me up with the college chicks, right? He'd hook me up. We'd go out.
Yeah.
And then I asked him. I called him on the WhatsApp, and I said, "Hey, can you go help my friend out?" I said, "He's fucking losing his cool. He's blowing his fucking. He's going crazy, right?" He was
Yeah.
there. He was there like an hour, and settled him down and got all his shit fixed up for him and everything. So he paid him like about $25. I think he gave him more, because the month after that, my friend took off on his motorcycle on a tour going all the way up north to the lot on a motor scooter, then through Nha Trang by where I'm at, all the way up to
Yep.
Hanoi. He took like a month's vacation. So I know the guy gave more money than what I told him. I said, just give him $20 or whatever. He probably gave him
Well,
like $100, Probably
Well,
gave him
your friend, your Vietnamese friend, probably saved him a lot of money by showing him how to get into a better motel and all that stuff. He helped him.
he did
So
more he did more than saving money. He set them up so that all his apps would work over there. Because I told everybody before
yeah,
they go, I said, make sure your Grab app is working before you go. He couldn't
yeah,
get the Grab app to work, which means he'd have to hail a taxi. He couldn't get the
yeah.
booking. He couldn't get the booking app to work. Because the location wasn't turned on right and everything. He set him up with
Well,
everything.
that's good. That like you're saying, he probably gave him more than 20 or bucks or whatever. Probably gave him a bit more. He appreciated that. That's
I know
really
how
nice.
I know how the guy is. He probably gave him like $100 or $200. That's why my
Yeah,
Vietnamese friend could take a month off and go on a vacation. That's what it
yeah.
was.
That's really nice what he did.
So
That's
I
fantastic.
helped them both out. I helped the American guy out,
Yeah,
and then I helped the Vietnamese guy, buddy of mine. He used to be my wingman. He was my wingman up in the lot. So
yeah,
every time I go to Vietnam, the first day I'm there, we hook up in Saigon to get coffee, like at Highlands or Highlands Coffee, or at the Vietnamese coffee chain there, or at the
yeah,
Starbucks. I'll buy him a coffee. And he goes, no. I said, I'm buying your fucking coffee, man. You've done too much shit for me already. And he speaks perfect English. I mean, perfect fucking English.
yeah. No, that's awesome to have friends. No, the reason why I was asking you about if you had any friends up in Dalat that have been living there for a little while, like foreigners, they could give you lots of tips and advice. If you want to live there on more of a permanent basis up there,
Oh,
they could. Yeah,
yeah. I had an
that. Yeah,
apartment. I had an apartment there for a while till the mudslide came and knocked it down the fucking hill. I had an apartment I was sharing with that guy, right? Me and him were
yeah, yeah,
sharing an
yeah.
apartment. I was letting him stay there for free because he was hooking me up with the babes from the college up there.
But
And we,
that's cool that you've got local contacts there.
the
Not just a
lady,
Vietnamese guy, but expats and that. They can tell you how to set yourself up there if you ever want to live there on
well,
more of a permanent basis. Yeah,
that hostel that I stayed at there, where the rooms were like $3 a day. She sent me
yeah,
videos. She sent me videos about a week ago where they're doing studio apartments down in there. She said it's going to cost about. I figure out it's going to be about maybe $150 a month to stay in a little studio apartment down there. She's changing, no more dorm rooms, right? So you can
yeah,
get like this little studio apartment with a kitchen and everything in it for about $150 a month. And she
yeah,
speaks decent English. She doesn't speak as good as English as he does. He used to work for her. He used to help her run that hostel up there. It's called
yeah,
Red.
yeah.
It's called the Red House, like Jimi Hendrix song Red House. And
Oh, Red House. Yeah, yeah,
what's good about the lot is it's all French architecture, man. It's all French architecture up there. There's a hotel there called the Park something, the lot. Look, Dung Zoy here. Woo! You got your own podcast going, Dung Zoy. This is Dung Zoy. He goes to Will Travels channel all the time. Like if you want to stay in Vietnam like forever, you go to Da Nang. If you want to stay where it's like the beach is prettier and you want to stay in the high rent district and be around all the women and shit, then you go to Nha Trang, right? That
Yeah,
it's a little more expensive, but then you're convenient too. You're like really good.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'd look for a place that has some self-sufficiency. You can marry into some family who has a little farming block of land. That's what I would look at for a more of a
Well,
longer term
I'll
view.
tell you what, you would love the lot. The only problem with me is it's hilly. It's like San Francisco. You're going up a hill, you're going down a hill. You're going up a hill, you're going down a hill. For me, walking, as old as I am, that fucking kills me. I can walk 2, 3 blocks, then I got to sit down. You know what I mean? But in Nha Trang, I could walk all over the fucking place. Plus, what's good about them place, I did that one short on it's called I got the music Highway to Hell playing, but it's called I'm Going Downtown or something like that. You just call these bikes up and they grab bikes, and within like 5, 10 minutes they're there. You jump on the back and you put the helmet on and you go, and they charge you to go anywhere in that town, and the lot costs you like $1. Anywhere, anywhere in that town
Wow.
costs you like $1. Sometimes 80 cents, to get to the downtown to the Bachang Hai area, right? It costs
Do
you
they
like
have
a.
any of them carabaos up there, like the buffaloes at all? No, or none. None of
Oh
them walk
yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah. You would love it up there in Dalat. The reason I was avoiding Dalat is because there's a place there called the Crazy House. A Chris Topper. Remember Chris Topper? They used to come on that channel and talk shit about the Philippines all the time because he didn't want to be there. And everybody said, "Oh, you're lying." He wasn't lying. He was just telling the truth, right? He'd tell the shitty
Yeah,
shit about it, right? But
yeah.
Chris Topper, he told me, "Oh, you need to check it out." But I thought it was a real crazy house, prepper. I thought it was a real fucking crazy. That's why I was avoiding it. Then I got up there, I found out it's a billionaire woman in Vietnam built this like Dr. Zeus type house. And they
Yeah,
call it the crazy house. They charge you like about $1.50 to go in there and walk through the rooms and look at all the crazy architecture and shit. And she still lives there. She's like
ah,
80 something years old and she still lives in the freaking place. Then
wow.
they got a bar there called the Maze Bar for the backpackers. It's 2 bars and they got a maze connecting them. So that's when, and I got pictures posted on my community tab for the Robin Hill cable car. It takes you
Yeah,
on the cable all the way up to this big Buddhist pagoda up on the top of the mountain there. It's beautiful. You
yeah,
can see the whole valley down below. Like you said, you looked at Google Photos from up above.
yeah,
It's all greenhouses because the United States used all that Agent Orange and shit and stuff. So they're growing everything inside of greenhouses and stuff. So
yeah,
you're not gonna get any poison food there. You know what I mean? I'll tell
yeah.
you
That's
what,
not.
the
Yeah,
guy the guy that makes the smoothies at the corners, he washes the blender out with regular tap water out of the hose, right? And I
yeah.
didn't get sick. I didn't get sick one time, not one time from drinking his freaking smoothies, man. Not one time, man.
They'd probably be good quality, healthy, and the amount of vitamins in them vegetables compared to vitamins you might get in just in your normal store in Australia or some of your average stores in America or the United Kingdom, because it's grown so locally right around the edge of the town there, a lot of them fresh vegetables, and they can leave it on the vine to get more riper. It doesn't have to transport for a week, being transported and sit in the Costco shop for a couple of days. It's fresh. They pick it that morning, early in the morning, and bring it into all the stores and shops and cafes, or they pick it that afternoon and bring it in at night, and then it's there fresh for the next day. It would be that powerful and full of that much flavour.
Yeah,
Flavour that'd be more not tastier than your average ones you buy in America or in the average Australian store. It must be delicious. The food there in them cafes, the flavour of all the different
here's
vegetables. You know the. Huh?
here's your three best things about the lot. Three best
Yeah,
things. Okay, is the weather is like temperate all year round. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
they grow the best vegetables and fruit. Man, they got the tastiest strawberries I've ever had. Was up there.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I bought a whole cup of strawberries for less than $1. You know,
yeah,
they got this stuff up there that they did. I've never had anywhere else in Vietnam. It's called siu mai. It's like a pork ball soup with vegetables and chili peppers in it and quail eggs. and you get that with a couple of regular eggs fried for breakfast, and it costs you like $2 for breakfast, right? So
Yeah.
the prices are cheaper up there. The food is better, and it's temperate climate. Then if you go to
It's probably good for your health.
yeah, and if you
Good
go
for
to
your health.
If you go to Nha Trang, right, you're getting all good fruit there too, because that's only 4 hours from the lot down the hill. So you can go from Nha
So
Trang
Is
to the lot.
Nachong, is Nachong the flat place? It's more flatter, easier to walk around. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's on the coast with a beautiful beach, man. Watch my beach video.
Wow.
It says
Because then you get all the fresh vegetables from Darlat. It's just up the hill a bit. You probably get similar fresh vegetables down at that Nachung, and you'd have all the flat area you can walk around, healthy walking around, eating healthy food.
it's like
That'd be an awesome place.
it's like a Riviera because they got the coast areas where all the cheap. They got the fancy hotels that are pretty. They got expensive ones there, but you can find cheap hotels like 4 stars for about 12 to 15 bucks a night.
Yeah,
where are you gonna find that at, right? Cigarettes are like for me, cigarettes are like a buck and a half a pack. Here they're like what, almost $10, right? So I save on cigarettes alone. I save $400 a month. So that's paying
yeah,
for my rent. That's paying for my rent, right? For the money I save on cigarettes, I get the Coke Zeros. I get the
yeah,
big 20 ounces, like 600 milliliter bottles actually, and you get them
yeah,
at the grocery store, not at the convenience mart, but at the grocery store. I get them
yeah.
for 3 for $1, right? I mean, there's just
Mm,
stuff is so fucking cheap. It's like 1/5. I'm telling you, when you get there, it's like 1/5 of the price of what you're paying where you're at, right? I'm telling you, everything is. Okay, unless you go to one of these Russian restaurants that's right on the main road and they're overpriced, they're charging double. But did you
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
go? You just don't go there. You find the places where you want to eat. Like I go to this place called the Kawa Vietnamese restaurant. I go there all the time, or I go to that Shashlik 79, and I'll eat there if I want to eat like Russian type, Eastern European type food. Because sometimes
Yeah.
you get bored, or I'll order on Grab because they got a big terrace in front of the hotel where you can sit out there by the tables. I'll order a Grab bike to bring me some bun cha Hanoi, which is I don't know if you know what bun cha is, but it's like noodles with pork in it and stuff, and it's got like a
Yeah.
citrusy broth to it with the vegetables there. And they give you a big bag of vegetables to throw in there too. If you want to add to it, like mint and bay leaf and all that shit to add in there. I mean, and you can have that delivered. And with the Grab, it's still costing you less than like $250 for a really good meal. I mean, you can't beat it. And what I like about it is they're 4 hours between each other. It's straight up the mountain, and you can get one of those VIP vans that only sits like 9 people, like a commuter van, like a small
Yeah.
van, for $11.50 to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So if you want to change the pace, you go up to Dalat. If you want to get away from Dalat, just go down to the beach in the Chan. That's what's better than about Da Nang, because you have to take the train to get out of Da Nang, either that or the airport. Spending big bucks on a plane ticket. But
Do
for
they
the
grow? Do they grow a little bit of food still down at the place down near the beach? That place there, they grow a little bit of food like
yeah,
coconuts
yeah,
or
yeah.
bananas.
Yeah, they grow food all over Vietnam, but the place where I stay at, there's a big Arvin old Vietnamese air base there, and they got a testing site for like vehicles. So
Yeah,
that separates the main, like the part where all the Vietnamese live at, from that Riviera area where all the tourists hang out at. Okay, they got like a
yeah,
beach. They got like a beach walk with like palm trees, and they got bars on the beach with swimming pools on the beach. So you can go there and buy a coffee for like a buck and a half, and sit there
yeah,
at the big pool right next to the beach and shit. It's awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. I'm sitting in a tent in Chicago. I could be in Vietnam, right? But now it's starting to get hot there. I mean, now is when it starts to get hot. People don't
yeah,
like rainy season. I'd rather be there in rainy season and be nice and chill, right? Hey,
yeah.
crikey, it's spiritual prepper. Steve 25901's here. What's up, Steve?
Oh, hey, Steve, how you going? Steve, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, I think he's the only one that still has a wrench on my channel. I think he's still the only one. I might have took his wrench away too. I took it because people would come in and then they leave, because they're afraid of the
Yeah,
wrenches.
yeah, Steve's a nice bloke from the JLB channel. He's good. And there was another guy called Lee. Lee was good too. Lee
Yeah,
Rogers or Lee. He was good. Steve and Lee, they're good
I
blokes.
quit.
And
I quit watching JLB about shit 4 years ago because that one time I went on his panel and then he told me, "Oh, next time you come up, you got to give me money, or else I'm not going to let you come on the panel. And that yeah. I says, you know what? I said, I told him straight on live stream. I said, fuck you. I said, kick me out, man. I said, I don't want to come back, man, because he's telling me I had to give him money. Fuck him. I ain't giving him.
I think his channel's starting to change now. He's sort of changing it a bit, and I'm not having a go at him. He is changing it now in the last 6 months or so. He's he's trying to make it more family friendly, and where you can have advertising, and some of the older people, the other people who used to be on there, might be a bit more getting on there drunk, and
I do it to help people out, man. To tell them, give them information and stuff. I don't do it for the money. He's doing it for the money, man. That's what it's all about with him. It's all about the money, right?
oh yeah, I'm not having a go at him. That's his only source of income. That's what he's looking at as a way to get money, because he's a bit older, Jeff. Go on, sorry.
I gave the best Vietnam tip that I could give to anybody. I told him, I said, "Did you know these little bags they give you at the convenience mart?" I said, "Keep them. Don't throw them away." I go, "Whenever you call a grab motorcycle," I said, "put that plastic bag over your head before you put your helmet on. That way you're not going to have to shave your head because you get head lice, because I mean, wasn't that a good tip though, to tell them that, right? Everybody and their brother wears that same helmet, what the hell?
Yeah. I never thought that's a good idea.
Yeah, you keep the bag, you put it over your head, then you put the helmet on. Then when you get
you don't get the headlights. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, you don't have to shave your head or nothing, man. What the hell?
Yeah, no, that's good. Smart thinking. That's smart. That's good.
Yeah, I put that out there for information, and I got hits on the video, but I mean, I did that beach walk. I mean, I think it's like, if you go to my video section on my channel,
yeah,
you'll see the blue on the thing. It's only got like 106 views. I do crazy shit where I'm showing Russian girls with their asses hanging out up by the swimming pool. I got more views doing that, or joking with the beach man. But I show them the fucking beach, and nobody wants to look at the shit, What can I say?
Yeah.
I did the review of the hotel. I did the review of the hotel up in Dalat that I was staying at, and nobody watched.
Yeah.
The only one they watched, like you said, is that one from Makati that I did in Makati, the Philippines. That guy that Will Travels, he spells travels with a Z on the end of it, right? Will, TRAVELZ. You need to watch his channel. He does a lot of live streams from Da Nang, right? From Da Nang. He's living there. He's got a Filipino girlfriend that stays with him, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to make his YouTube channel work so that he can make money off of that, because he's a brokey, right? But he's up to about 5,000, 6,000 subs now, and he does a live stream almost every night, man, my time. So it would be like, what time, Australian time, like afternoon, I think, maybe, I don't know. Usually about, you just check it out. You should go sub this channel anyway. You'd like it, because he goes to every little coffee shop and stuff. He's raving about, there's a dish in Vietnam called bonnet, and what it is it's really thin sliced beef that they put in the sizzling skillet with a couple of eggs, right? And they sizzle it like right on the skillet, and they give it to you that way with a piece of that French bread. And he's only paying, he says, 40,000, which is like $1.50, whatever, for that dish, right? And he says, if I have to pay 60,000, that's too much. He's real cheap. He's a budget traveler. So you learn a lot of tips off of him about
what's he called? Will something Z's on the end.
His first name is Will, and then the last name of the channel is Travels, like TRAVELS, but instead of the S, put a Z instead.
Yeah. I've written it down. Will Travel. Yeah, so I'll look that up later.
Yeah. You'll like him walking around. He walks around Da Nang, and he goes to different restaurants, and usually the same restaurant all the time and shit, But
yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter as long as it's a good restaurant. You can eat different meals there, and you see people there, different people walking past in the street when he's got the live stream or whatever.
Yeah, he's trying to make consults too about people coming like to Da Nang. He goes like, we'll give you a 30-minute consultation, and that's free. Yeah. That's free, but if he's going to pick you up at the airport and show you how to get your SIM card and show you how to get a cheap hotel or an apartment, whatever, and show you how to do the banks and stuff there. he charges, I think, like, I don't know how much, but he charges for that. So he's
Well,
making money
it's
off
good to
that.
charge. It's okay to charge if you're good at something. There's nothing wrong with charging, and you're probably helping out the foreigner. If there's a foreigner who's not well traveled, that'd be really helpful. Like that mate of yours that you got, your Vietnamese friend who you got to help your other mate out. That would be so helpful to some people. What he's doing, this will travels, it'd be very helpful to some foreigner who comes over, even though they charge a little small amount. It'd probably save them a lot of money and be extremely helpful with what the advice he gives to them in that short when they first get there. You know what I mean? It'd be really very helpful, well worth the money, easily worth the money.
Yeah, we got Dung Doi. That's a Vietnamese name right there. Dung Doi. He's in Vietnam now, I think. But
Yeah.
he likes it when I joke around him. See, that's another thing. That Will Travels, he won't learn any Vietnamese. His Filipino girlfriend had to learn how to say bao neo. Bao neo means how much, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how hard is it to learn to say bao neo? You know, how
Not
much?
hard at all.
It's
Not hard.
like Macano in Philippines, right? Macano, right? Bao neo, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's one of the important things you need to know how to say. See, it says here, not much, CB. I'm in Vietnam. How are things with you, right?
There's a Vietnamese bakery just around the corner from where I live. Only about it's only about like maybe 100 meters from where I am, like 300 feet, not even that, about 200 feet away roughly from where I live, just around the corner. They have them banh mi rolls, them rolls with the bread, the banh mi, and the nice coriander and carrot and
Oh,
cucumber
you
and a
get
little bit
everything.
of
You
chili.
get everything in there. You can get it with the luncheon meat, which he won't. Will Travels won't eat that. The luncheon meat. The Vietnamese call it pork pie. He won't eat
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah,
I'll
well,
eat
they
it.
have,
I'll
yeah,
eat it.
yeah,
But they got it with the meatballs, or you can order just an egg, like fried egg. They'll put two fried
yeah,
eggs.
yeah, yeah. They have it here. They also have
Yeah,
bacon and eggs, or they'll have pork crackling. They have their pork with a lovely crackling and gravy on the
yeah,
rolls. You can have like that.
crispy
And
potato. Yeah,
there's
crispy
another
potato.
Vietnamese bakery up the road further,
But you're
and they
paying,
have some.
but you're
eh?
paying five times the price in Australia, though. You're
Oh, yeah,
paying.
yeah, 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 yeah. I was just pointing out, but they're good quality. Even in Australia, the Vietnamese, they're skilled. They're skilled at making bread and food, and they're good. They're good. A lot of them Vietnamese are good at making food.
Yeah, well, you know what? I like the area that I go to because, Saigon is like if you want to party and be a party animal, Saigon's okay. Ho Chi Minh City's okay because you
Yeah,
got the Bui Vien Street, you got the red light district, you got everything's hopping and screaming and running, but everything's more expensive there too. You got to remember because
yeah,
that's the big city. That's the biggest city. That's the business capital, not the capital, but the business capital of Vietnam.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you want to do a week. You want to do at least a week in Ho Chi Minh City, but I recommend Central Vietnam, Dalat to Nha Trang. If you want to go up further north to Da Nang, yeah, fine, all right. But I like Nha Trang instead because I'm 4 hours away from Dalat, so I can do change of pace back and forth. In Da Nang, you have to get on a train and either go like south to Quy Nhon or go north to Hue, to go to different cities. Me, I don't have to jump on a train. I get in a van for $11.50. I'm up in the mountains. So I'm going from the beach to the mountains, to the mountains to the beach, from the beach to the mountains, to the mountains to the beach. You can't beat it.
Gives
You
you
can't.
variety. Gives you variety. A lot of
Yeah,
good variety.
and you can't beat it because if you get too hot in Yachang, you just go up to the mountains for a week. Right?
Yeah. Does it get
Well,
a
I'll
bit of
tell
a
you what.
breeze in?
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. It's late. It's late here, man. It's almost 1 in the morning.
Yeah, you better get going, have some sleep. Yeah, thanks for
No,
letting
well,
me
yeah,
come on to the.
I got some VA appointments I got to go to in the morning. So
Yeah, you get going to sleep. Have a good night, Phil. Thanks for letting me come onto the live stream.
no
Take care. I
problem.
hope you do well and you keep going good, mate. Just look after yourself and do well. And thanks for letting me come on the live stream. Take care, man. Be
Hey,
safe. I love you, mate. I love your brother. Be safe. Be careful and have a good year, man. Have fun
pre-
and have a great
prepper,
year, man. Take care.
prepper, you're always welcome, man. You're always welcome, man. You
No
know.
worries, mate. Thanks for letting
Watch
me come on to the thing.
watch a few of those videos I got up there, and you'll see what I'm talking about, man. Go to the
Yeah, I'll
channel.
definitely have to get on there and check him out, man. Thanks, Phil. Have an awesome week, brother. Be safe. Thanks, mate.
Okay. All right.
And goodbye,
Okay.
everyone in the audience. Have a good week. Everyone in the audience, have a great week.
Yeah,
Take care, everyone.
we're over 3 hours now, so I'm gonna call it quits. So.
Have a good night, Phil. Thanks, mate. See ya.
Okay. Bye bye. All right, everybody. Here we go. I'm gonna do my thing here. How do I gotta do this with this light? I don't know. Let me see. Go down, change the camera down here. Start cam. There we go. Start cam. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me or not with this light. Probably not. You can see my shitter bucket. Here we go. You see my shitter bucket? You can see my coffee cup. Here we go. I'll bless you all. Bless you all. We're not talking about the Zodiac World Travels, but I did get you another subscriber here. Okay. Adios, everybody. Stay safe. Have a great week. Get out and do something, man. I'm going to sleep outside tonight in a tent. It's going to thunderstorm, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to love sitting in a tent, sleeping with the thunderstorm. It's going to make me sleep real good. Oi, oi, oi. Adios, everybody. Okay. Thanks for showing up.